Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, I tried to live stream this last week, but it never really worked out. So, never worked out. Man, it's a bit weird. Very early time for me to record as well. It does move around. I have a very sort of erratic schedule. So yeah, I mean it's not great. It's a bit awkward to deal with. But oh well, felt like playing Oxygen Not Included, and you know, I didn't get to stream it last week, so I thought I'd just stream it now. So that'd be a great idea. I haven't played... I mean, we got an episode coming up today, but I haven't played much since then. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Just see if we can improve upon our gameplay due to the faults of the previous series. That would be great. Let's just test the sound quality here. So I thought I'd just stream it now. Sounds pretty good. Might want to move my microphone a little bit further away from me. Or maybe I should move away from my microphone. You know, there's several things we could do here. Let's just move that back. There will be a VoD available, by the way, that will be uploaded to the channel tomorrow. Of course, that's only if everything goes very well. So do not worry if you don't get to see the entire stream. Not really going to matter too much, because those people aren't going to be listening to me as I say that now. So, you know, just a random thing to say in case you can't watch the entire stream. That is just, you know, something to note down. The lunar comet. We could probably, I mean, that... the Hapless. I feel like Helpless. The Helpless space rock. You know, I feel like, you know, the Helpless... Helpers? The Helpless Helpers. You know what, sure. Oh, the Helpless Helpers. There we go. That's the name of our inn. The Helpless Tavern. What do we have right now at our tavern? You know, let's change that to tavern. It's not much of a tavern. I don't know if we can do any distilling in this game. I can't imagine we can. However, Max right here, a level 8 chef. Pretty good. Also have some rather decorative abilities, as well as a little bit of research capacity. What is your traits? Just a little more to the left. So, creativity and decor Okay, cool. Expectation. There we go. I need to move my mic a bit. It was covering the monitor. Apparently, decor expectations. I guess their expectations of having higher decor are much higher. Then yokel. Cannot perform job research. Oh, great. Oh, great. So this is just completely useless. You having +3 on learning is not great. But then again, I guess skill leveling does go up. So it's quite nice. Frankie. Right here. Free kit, creativity, 4 learning, 4 medicine. We've not used anything when it comes to medicine before, so those should be quite interesting. Naturally robust. Great. This duplicant's hardy immune system repels most common illnesses. Going to be great. We're going to be eating some more of those delicious mush bars. And let's see, you can't cook. But that doesn't matter, because we already have a level 8 chef. That's fine. We have a digger, or a miner, which is fantastic. That's always something that we need doing. You have a insane digging speed, and you also have a diver's lungs, which you have a far less air consumption rate, which is quite nice. However, you can also not do any research. Not too bad, considering we have Frankie right here, who already has higher research than the pair of them. In fact, he has the exact same amount when combined. So their combined ability to research, you know, their combined brain power is just as good as Frankie's. I feel pretty good about that. Also, where the hell's Twitch bot? Where are you, bot? Or Nightbot? Twitch Nightbot. Sure. Nightbot is joining. I think I need to I'm pretty sure he should be on here. Hold on a second. He's not on there. Mod. Okay then, unrecognized command. I misspelled that. He's already a moderator this room. Okay, I guess I just need to probably muck around or something to that degree. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, there he is. He's appeared now. Interesting. Anyway, let's just go back to the game. I quite like the helpless helpers right here. They seem quite helpless, but at the same time helping. Let's embark on the great quest of old. Where the hell are we? Once again, don't know if we're clones or not, but these little bastards right here do look quite scared, but at the same time, just sort of like my existence has started. What do I do from now? Well, let's see what we've got. There's a pocket right here of oxygen. There is a lot of water right next to us as well, which is quite nice. We can use that for some early game expedition. We also have a copper ore vein nearby and lots of sandstone as well. Looks like further up we can find some granite. There is a little bit of water here, a little bit here. There are some pockets in that water though, as you can see, some oxygen buildup. Not that much water is what I'm sort of seeing right now. I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah, just some oxygen, some more ores. Where do we start? Well, we've got a lot of this oxalite right here, which is going to give us the amount of oxygen that we need to survive. This is a very breathable air. However, there seems to be a mix of unbreathable in this area. I don't know what's inside, but it is a vacuum. Considering it's a low atmospheric pressure. Alright then, if they can survive in low atmospheric pressure, I do believe oxygen does take up more space. Well, possibly. There's a high concentration of oxygen over there as well. This seems to be... This doesn't look good. There's just a low concentration of oxygen just all around. Yeah, the pressure's quite low in this area. Guess mostly because it's filled up with water. Quite high pressure there, quite high pressure here. And then here, it's just... There's quite a lot. Not as much as in this top section, though, so I'm curious what's going on over there. But that could be a neat pocket that we can get into later on. Right, where do we start? Well... First things first, I need to move my speaker over here so I can actually see the rest of my monitor. I really need to rearrange my desk. That might be a good idea. Let's just check the sound. That water quite sounds good. I'm always weird when it comes to sound and streams. It always just seems a bit off. Let's just move my microphone a little bit as well. Should really do some better repositioning work right here. So... We got a bunch of things that we can do. However, before we can do that, we need materials. So we need to do a little bit of harvesting. So I like the idea of sort of getting into this pocket. But at the same time, because it's quite bad, I think it might be better for us to sort of mine down here. Get to this slightly better pocket. This is just carbon dioxide. The reason why I don't really want to go in here straight away is because it's a vacuum. There could be anything in here. Absolutely, well, I say anything. Vacuum just means it's got nothing, right? It's unbreathable, though, so I'm assuming it's not just completely empty space, but it is a vacuum. So, there's... I don't know if that just means nothing. I'm pretty sure it does, but I just feel like there's always something there. That's just sort of the whole states of matter thing right there. Right, let's just do some digging. Let's go down. Previously, we did have sort of an elevator sort of service ladder system. Didn't work out very well, considering most of our duplicates right here had a few issues with that. Do we need resources for ladders as well? Yeah, we need some raw materials, which should be interesting. Don't want to get into this water straight away as well. Mining around here is going to be quite difficult now that I look at it. We could probably mine this area first. Speed the game up a little bit, just so we can get some raw materials and get some ladders constructed. I'm pretty sure we can make ladders out of sandstone, right? Yeah, nice. Happy about that. So let's mine our way down to... What is this stuff? It's fertilizer. That's probably going to emit some harsh compounds. We will dig our way down into here, however, because there is a lot of algae in here. Or algae. Now, I believe what can't you do? So 2 of you can't do research, 1 of you can't cook. That's not too bad. I'm okay with that right now. Mucking around the hotkeys right there. Go completely lost. As is tradition. So you're all working on it. It's great. You've made some sandstone, I don't know, cogs by the looks of it. Cogs, some screws. It's great. It's easy. I like it. At the moment, a decent amount of oxygen is being pumped into this area. However, carbon dioxide will eventually overflow. So we do have to eventually deal with that. I don't know if we're just going to mine this sort of giant section here. That's most probably what's going to happen. Well, we're going to attempt to use everything. That probably would help out. Welcome to the stream, the Absolute Beast. Apparently you are an Absolute Beast. Fantastic. I mean, you must be. Of course. What do we have around here? Coal. Some early game coal. Well, then again, it's not too difficult to access coal. It always spawns near copper ore. So it's not too bad. Let's get some mining done. And we are going to mine up this particular zone all the way around here and just sort of open this up. It looks like we have some carbon dioxide in here as well, which isn't great. Basic controls, colony management, duplicate movement, temperature. I think temperature has also had some increases as well. I do believe that affects some of the duplicates. Don't know by how much, but my assumption is it might be quite significant. Their pressure is really fluctuating in here. It's going all over the place. We get some of these resources, though. I don't know. Okay, yeah, we got a ration box. So it's just going to be filled up with all sorts of fun things. You're all having a little bit of trouble breathing. That's okay. We have access to a pocket of carbon dioxide. And it looks like there's some more of it. Oh, there's some chlorine over here. That's interesting. Just a pocket of chlorine that seems to have made its way into some of this copper ore. Well, that's not great. We definitely don't want to deal with that. What's down here? Just lots of vacuum. And what about this? Some oxygen inside this pocket here. It's not great. And what is that? Polluted ice. Interesting. Some obsidian. A basalt. Okay. Or basalt. And then lots of algae around this particular zone. What the hell's going on here? It's like the sand has just crumbled. It's quite interesting. Right, let's mine this area up as well. Sort of a big section underneath here. I don't know if we're going to be able to reach that top part. I can't imagine we will. Let's get rid of this as well and probably make a ladder here. Should mine it down automatically, really. So where do we want to... Well, before, I had my oxygen creation sort of split apart, sort of just randomly scattered around the map. Oh. Okay. That was a bit of a fool right there. Slightly worrying. Seems like we have ourselves a hatch. Toasty surroundings and it's apparently drowning, which is just great. Makes my life easier. Problem I'm going to have is this going to be a massive hole once I get rid of this. There we are. It's all falling down. I mean, it's not the end of the world because I can just pretty much walk across that. Well, jump across it. They can't reach these top areas, though. And look, we found something here. What's this? Oh, okay. We found a seed for some mealwood, which is going to be great to make some food. Any of you hungry? New Hope. Drab Decor. Great. My name is Drab Decor. It's a great name for some sort of villain. We're finding some cool seeds inside this dirt here. I don't know if that was a thing in the past, but I don't recall it being so. This sort of pocket down is not too bad, though. We have a hell of a lot of breathable air just sort of around, probably because of all this oxalite that's being consumed. Eventually, we'll be able to get the ones in the back as well. Although it seems like they've stopped, probably because of high pressure. Yeah, there's a high concentration of oxygen. Pressure's quite high as well. Yep, nearly at 1800, which is quite significant. Let's see. So we do wish to get ourselves some storage compactors. And I'm probably going to throw 2 of them right here just to sort of grab the general items that we have lying around. Do we wish to prioritize picking them up? We can probably put that on a 7 right now. Thankfully, we don't have anyone that is a noisy sleeper. So we could probably just get a few beds set up straight away if we can remember where they are. There we go, cots. Which are very cheap to make. We could pretty much make 1, 2, and 3 right there, really. If we just mine into this area very quickly. That would be great. It's probably going to mine into here automatically. Let's make that all a 9 just to make it kind of quick. Seems like he seems kind of friendly. He's emitting coal. Great. I don't really see the problem with this little guy. A nocturnal scavenging creature. It will consume any mineral with reach... within reach that fit into its wide mouth. Digging up buried objects may release a hatch. Okay. Well, he doesn't seem to be hostile. However, he may end up eating some of our items, which isn't great. Oh, he's gone. He's in that mound. Okay, so he's scared of people. It's kind of adorable, but he's just sort of chilling out right there. We could dig him out. Hide navigation. Show navigation. All right, is this like the sort of the route that it's taking? I'm assuming that's what it means. It looks like we just moved a bunch of carbon dioxide there. Quite odd. We could make a little hole just so it can go down into the water area right here. Not the end of the world. Bunch of seeds down here as well. Probably from the massive collapsing of the area right here, which I believe was just filled with sand. Let's see. We pretty much want everything in here. I don't really mind where it all goes. We also have some beds right here. So this can be Max, Meep, and Frankie. Stress right now. Max has a little bit of stress, probably because of dirty hands. Oh, wow. Frankie, you got a lot of stuff going on right there. Dirty hands, grimy, sore back, full bladder. Oh, of course. Full bladder is not something we wish to deal with right now. Let's get that sorted out. Let's go to plumbing, and let's get an outhouse. Where do we want to put that? In the island, or as far away as we possibly can? The thing is, if we put it here, it means they're going to have to jump across this area on full bladder. I might add, how the hell is this staying up? It's a bit weird. I suppose we could just sort of throw it up here. Or, yeah, we can make a little point, throw it there. I like that. It's sort of out of the way. Although I don't know if that's going to end up causing problems in the future. Probably will. So, you know, always thinking positively. That's just sort of how it works. Always being positive. We'll get that done because they all need the toilet, and I imagine that's causing a lot of stress. And also, we don't want any stress peeing going on. I believe you need... What do you need for this? It does have a requirement, doesn't it? Requires dirt. Okay, well, that's not too bad. We have quite a lot of dirt, I believe. Is it minerals? Is sandstone considered dirt? I'm assuming it is. Yep. No, meep. Oh, come on. I just had the toilet ready for you. And then you piss inside the water. Look at this. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that was a massive screw up. Let's get that cleaned up, please. God, meep. How could you? Hello, monkey fudge to the death. Okay. What do you think of the new update? I haven't read up the change logs. What I remember from the last update I read, they changed temperature around a little bit. I don't know to what degree, though. I can't remember. I will have to quickly read them. Let's dig this up as well. So Meep already ruining the team right there. Just sort of peed on everyone. That's just great. That's just great teamwork. You know, fortunately enough, I say unfortunately, he has polluted the water here. So now we just got pee water just lingering around. It's like a swimming pool, only without the chlorine, which we could add if we wanted, but I feel like it would not be ideal. Excuse me. Righty then. This is a very large room. I like the idea of making this into some sort of oxygen creation area. And then just sort of, excuse me, having that distribute itself around. But then again, having it slightly further up, probably in this area, so that we can grab water from this source for later usage, might also be a good idea. So I think we should get that set up in a sort of extended walkway right here. We also have to remember there is a lot of sand. Yeah, that's a good point. There is so much sand around here. We might want to prepare for that sort of earlier. We could just sort of make this into a much safer zone. But I'm sort of worried. We'll destroy this while making something which will destroy the sand. So we're going to have to be very careful here. Have you tried to make a hatch farm? I've not tried to make a hatch farm. We do have a hatch right here. And he does have a coal emittance by the looks of it. But it does consume minerals. So I'm assuming it will just poop out lumps of coal. Which sounds quite fun. I feel like I could sort of throw him around somewhere. I think there's another one down here. Unless it's the same one. I think he drowned though. It's a bit grim. It's quite a bit grim. How's the oxygen doing? Seems quite fine right now, to be honest. We shouldn't have too many problems. Probably make another storage area. Just for the sake of it. We can get that done. That'd be great. I don't really need to prioritize it so much at the moment. Cleaning up some of the sandstone that's chilling out by our cots as well. Thankfully, we've got the outhouse up now, which is great. And we do need to get this bit mined out. Or at least, very least for the copper. It's quite nice to have. Need to get some research done as well. If we go to... Is it utilities? The hell? Space heater. Produce a moderate amount of heat in its immediate vicinity. Stave off frostbite with this heart-warming doodad. Cool. Nice. Some sort of radiator. That's nice. Let's just hope your hydrogen doesn't take over. Welcome to the stream, Jared. Oh, yeah. Let's just hope. I might probably still go for hydrogen, though. But this time, it might not take over. You're absolutely right. But it could also take over. That's sort of... It's a staple of the series now. Right, let's get this top bit mined up. And we'll probably want to get that done first before we dig here. Just because of the way the build system works. I would rather go one block higher, but because the sand is all here, it's sort of a bit scary. Now, unfortunately, we do need to mine all this. So it's quite a narrow room for oxygen production. But I think for now it's okay. And we can eventually sort of ventilate from outside of here. Depends how much pressure buildup is really going to take. And if it does take up a lot, we can always expand. I suppose we can go one block further down. And then make a tile round about here. Oh, sleepy time. You can't sleep on the job, fellas. Your lives depend on this. So we got this nice little area which is going to be for oxygen production. We will probably also cut that off. Do we want to have the manual airlock? I don't think so. I think we could just sort of... We can have a doorway there at some point. I don't know if we're going to have something else on this side as well. Maybe a double oxygen production, but it depends. I do like the idea of having a single room, though, for oxygen production. I found the perfect way to deal with hydrogen, apparently. Yeah, I made one in an earlier game. Like, the 5 hatches are trapped them in a room and just got their coal. The only thing they need resource to produce coal is they keep making it forever. Fantastic. What do they feast on, though? Just, like, copper? Or just random minerals like dirt? It would be nice if the conversion was quite sound. I like how they're all eating near the outhouse. Great, just great teamwork right there. How are we doing on the food? Yeah, we got loads of rations left, so we're quite good right now. Do we need another colonist? They need food, requires a food source, insufficient oxygen generation, polluted water, I'm aware. Apparently M. Alright, yeah, it's just to clean everything up. So at the moment, oxygen generation is not great. Low consumption inside this area. Sorry, I mean low concentration. You know what, tell you what, for now, we should probably dig this out. We want there to be a sort of big zone for the oxygen to escape from. And having this sort of little corner here, probably not the best idea in the world. So for now, we're just going to put one of these in here, and that's probably going to be sufficient. We will need to have the algae nearby, though, and have it deposit nearby at the same time. So we could just throw that into a particular storage area if we were to find out how to navigate this. It is in power, isn't it? No, it's in... The hell is it? Base? Oh, it's right there. Good, good, good. So for now, we can just sort of plop that in there. We'll need a power source, unfortunately. I did forget about that. We can... Do we want to have power production on the other side? I think so. The main reason why is because I feel like this is going to be the reception area. And I like the power production to be in sort of a separate corridor, at least for now, until we can eventually turn it into another area. How far across is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Cancel. Alright then, let's go back. 5, 9, okay. So 5... No, okay, cool. I don't. It doesn't really have to be exact. In fact, I don't think it even is. But no, it's not. Okay, that's exact. I don't know. I like symmetry. What can I say? The top part, we can also make a section like this. Of course, now we need to mine all this out. We're going to have a hell of a lot of algae in here as well. Wow. Big old clump of it. How are we doing on oxygen? It's alright. We're not too bad. Yeah, the goblins in the 1.7 update. Is it 1.7 update of Timber and Stone? Yeah, they're absolutely insane. That's why I don't play it. It's far too difficult. For me, anyway. I don't know. It looks like we're getting some of the bits at the bottom here as well. I would like an aesthetical pylon or something, or stabilizer, just to sort of make it look a little bit more... A little less weird. Let's see. I want algae in here, and I don't really want it anywhere else. I think it just sort of poops it out. Yeah, it looks like it. And we want everything in there but the algae. There we are. That way we can have easy access to our algae deoxidizer. Yeah, everything around it is not looking too great. But that's fine. We can still take our time. Now let's get ourselves a manual generator. And then get power hooked up. Easy enough like that. Eventually, we'll probably have some sort of a connection, sort of power switch or wire bridge hooked up, probably along this point, so that we can sort of go over multiple ways. That is great. Let's quickly prioritize that. Just get a quick boost in power. Then again, we need to hook up a battery. We probably want to do that instead. And as for this section, we could probably... Let's see... There are a bunch of different objects right here. Mostly people who are kind of in the way. But now we are producing some oxygen, and there's quite a lot of it coming out. High pressure. And I feel like... oh, new duplicate available. Fantastic. So we do need more people in order to increase the speed of our growth. I think there's a way to produce infinite oxygen via mobs. Interesting. Or mobs, I don't know. Let's see... Okay, Lindsay. You got a runner and an iron gut. Iron gut's always quite nice. Eat anything without getting sick. They're a yokel again. Someone else that can't do research. We're gonna have a bunch of yokels in this place. Bottomless stomach. Oh, that's not great. Naturally robust. And another iron gut. Diver's lungs. Can't dig it. If you can't dig, that's just bad. You have nothing I want. You know what? It's another yokel. But tell you what. We're going to print you off. Having someone that's going to do some running will be great. Really increase that power generation. Right, so that's good. Now, I do believe because they're running, they will produce more carbon dioxide, which is not bad for us, because we will seal this area off and have a pump taking it down to the bottom section right here. Oh, there he is. There's a hatch. Just chilling out. He looks more hostile than he actually is. It looks like Lindsay doesn't have... Yeah, she doesn't have her own spot. We do have a vacuum over here, which does sort of worry me slightly. We can get this area constructed, though, and turn it into probably a little researching area. I quite like the idea of that. It is sort of some sort of grand hall right now. So if we want to go crazy, we can just sort of have this entire section hooked up. Don't necessarily enjoy the idea of having these bits hooked up, though, because it does get rid of the carbon dioxide that is not in sort of a worse spot. Could be worse. Well, it could be a lot worse, yeah. Our oxygen generation at the moment, though, not too bad. In fact, I might even deconstruct this, because at the moment we don't have any way to... we need to make a research area, but we don't have any way to have walls that will filter oxygen through it. So gas, permeable tiles. At the moment. So we just want another way for the oxygen to get in and also any carbon dioxide to make its way out. I probably want to also make one right here, but I think for now power's okay. So we're just going to get these constructed, clean everything up a little bit. We do have a few items that are just sort of chilling out. How's food? It looks okay for now. Building further into this direction might be quite nice for a cooking zone. Just behind the manual generator. But what I really should do... Well, we're probably going to have manual airlocks on all these areas. Should we? I think I was going to make them 1 block high, I believe. So that any water can sort of pass through. Then again, I think I'm going to have several of these zones. And maybe at the bottom of the ladders have some sort of pit for all the pee that may spawn. I like the idea of that. Some sort of liquid hole or tile that all the liquid pee could pass through. You know, you never know how many people might have an accident at the outhouse, which is I might add all the way at the top. Probably not the greatest place in the world to have an outhouse. Didn't think it through. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. We will also need to mine further down so that we can increase the bottom area right here so we can get more of this carbon dioxide out of the way with. I like the idea of that. Let's get a ladder and keep going down. Of course, we need to deconstruct this as well. Let's get a ladder and go... Do we need to go all the way down here? I don't know if it's a good idea to go all the way down. I feel like we can stop that construction. And you know what? I might want to stop these two as well. Yeah, because it does take out the oxylite. Which, does that matter? I feel like it does. We can just do a bit of mining around here. Maybe this can be where the sleeping quarters goes. Oh, let's just cancel this bit. What would we have down here? Maybe the power area could go down here. Or some sort of plumbing station. Yeah, we could use this as a tank to move all the water to it. Let's have another quick look at what we have around here. Yeah, we have a very limited supply of water. We do have some of it inside here, though, polluted water, which isn't great. This just seems to be a bunch of vacuums. There's a bunch of chlorine inside this bit, which isn't great. Let's see. How are we doing on oxygen? Yeah, pretty good. Looks like we only need sort of one of them at the moment. There's a bunch of idle villagers, though. Somehow we've produced a lot more food. I think it's because they're eating some of these seeds. I don't know. Seems like that might be the case. Let's dig this out as well so we can sort of spread this carbon dioxide around. I feel like that would be a good idea. Let's get rid of this bit as well. Might spread the water around a bit. Too much polluted water around here. Disgusting. Looks like they're having some problems with temperature. Very cold water, I'm assuming. Liquid. Doesn't seem to specify the temperature. Down here, though. Oh, you know, maybe it's this. Yeah, this is a very cold area below us. And then a hot area in this direction. Everything around here is temperate. Very much perfect for us. Let's see. So hopefully this will sort of throw some of the carbon dioxide down, level it out a bit. That would be great. And at the moment, let's see. So we've got the oxygen area. We need to have research. So we get ourselves a normal research station. We could probably throw that down here. Although it doesn't necessarily matter where it is in the moment. We could just throw it right next to the power area for now. It doesn't cost much anyway, and I don't mind getting rid of it in the future. Just going to be an easier way to connect it up. I would prefer if things go into a battery first before they go anywhere else. Which does remind me, I did need to deconstruct the electrical wire, which... Is it this one or the transition wire? One of them. Let's just see if it gets rid of the right one. It is sleeping time, by the way. And it looks like Lindsay still doesn't really have a place to sleep. And we have a Lindsay who is stressing out, probably because of her lack of sleeping areas. Probably do wish to make an area for them to sleep in. Just sort of figuring out where. Quite nice around here, but this area is sort of opening up a little bit. Could probably put a bunch of cots around here in the future. Mine further in this direction. Sort of just opening everything up at the moment. Or down here. Above here. Oh, maybe this bit. There's quite a nice spot. Although they will be producing a lot of carbon dioxide, so I guess we can have some sort of ventilation later on for when they sleep. I feel like this is a nice zone. We can get that done, although there is a low pressure oxygen in here, which with a little bit of carbon dioxide. I wonder how it got in there. I guess this was opened up, so maybe a little bit of carbon dioxide just sort of peeked through. Perhaps that's what happened. Oh, low on power again. Probably want to know why I connected. Oh, right, okay. I must have gotten rid of the wrong wire. Oh, no, okay, I just got rid of both of them. That makes sense. So there we are. That's fine. We can get a bit more running done. And now we got ourselves our new sleeping area, so we can just expand upon this as much as we wish. And I think for now I'm going to have it connect up like this. I don't really want to get close to this vacuum just yet until I know exactly what's in there. Can't remember. Mug, you probably know this. Vacuum's just nothingness, right? That's always been my assumption, but I just feel like that just doesn't sound right at all in my mind. The thing is, this is something that I looked up on the series as well, but I just completely forgot. What's wrong, Merv? Do you want to get in on this? You can if you want. I'm not stopping you. We probably want to make this a destroy tile right now. I tell you what, research. Let's see. We want to make the gas permeable tile. And we also want to have someone just research it. So let's see. If I stop you from... if I stop you from repairing, harvesting, sweeping, building, and digging, then hopefully you can just sort of focus a little bit more on research. I don't mind you doing all the other stuff as well in the background, because I imagine it's, you know, it's quite useful. And we'll get novice research and get that done. And now we can get some more beds thrown in. Now, well, probably all the beds thrown in. There we are. We can have 5 beds thrown in here. Eventually 6. And I quite like what we have right now. It means we can deconstruct these beds. How the hell do you disable a bed? Look, there's a disable building option. I don't understand that. Alright, Max. Lindsay. There we are. Alright, fantastic. We're getting some research done. We're getting the power for oxygen. Look at that. That's fantastic. How much algae do we have left? We must have quite a lot. Yeah, we got loads of it. And also quite a lot in this particular zone that we can eventually mine out, which is quite nice. I'm mostly worried about water, and I quite like the idea of pumping all the water into one big tank. Because at the moment, what we have is a bit meh. But where do we want to put that tank? Well, something tells me around about here is quite a nice spot for it. We've already got our base sort of covered up. In fact, what we might want to do is continue to cover it up by having this side covered. That way, if we do have a bit of a spill, well, it's not really going to work out. But we could even have the tank in here itself. And then this can be eventually a service duct of some sort. Once we remove the outhouse. We can have water pumped downwards. This could even be the shower zone. And then eventually we can make this bottom section be water treatment and pump it back up. I quite like water treatment in here. See you, Jared. We also need to probably remove... well, attempt to get all of these. I don't know if this is the way to do it. Seems like it, though. Well, really, I should use tiles. Maybe this is just quicker. I don't know. I feel like it's not quicker. Sort of want to get rid of it. It's a bit of an eyesore. There we are. Fantastic. So now we can just deconstruct these. It seems quick enough. Yeah, I'm feeling really safe right now. What about temperature? Yeah, this area is getting quite hot. Damn pirates throwing my clothes everywhere, as per usual. There we are. There we are. Let's see. Food is eventually going to become a big problem as well. So we will eventually pay attention to that. Right now, however, we are going to... Let's see. So I did want to make this a tank. Sort of a water tank. And I do wish to sort of try that out. I'm just sort of trying to figure out how I could do it. So what I could do is make a ladder going down here. So I'm going to try that. Is it going to work out, or will it destroy the outhouse? It will destroy the outhouse. That's not too bad. We can deconstruct the outhouse and move it somewhere else. We will move it... Where am I going? Utilities, plumbing, there we go. Where should we put it? Just down here for now? Doesn't have to be... Okay, we can put it up here. It's not the greatest spot in the world. We all prioritize that construction. Oh, they added geysers to the game. That's interesting. I imagine they're much further out. What's going on here? Some polluted water just sort of gravityless. I mean, vacuum, I suppose. Also, a lot more oxygen being emitted from... Look at this. This is great. Lots of the carbon dioxide seems to be just sort of pushed into this corner here. Very high pressure. Oh, it looks like we found one of these little buggers. Pretty cool. Alright, so now what we can do is dig this up and just sort of make our way down from here. So it should be an air pocket. It shouldn't rise up. If you know, plumbing has anything to say about it. Well, if gravity has anything to say about it, it shouldn't rise up. Alright, Meep's going to make his way down. And we're hopefully just going to turn this into a fairly big tank. And it looks like we've got the research done. Fantastic. So now we can make some of these gas permeable tiles. So we can make one right there, one right here, and one right there. And probably the same thing along here as well. Quite a few of them. Do the same thing on the top right there. We're not going to do it there. I could probably do the same thing right here. It's just an easy way to sort of move all of the foulness from this area. Let's make a ladder down. May as well finish off that ladder as well. So they'll eventually get there. And we also still need to get this line done. So I'm mostly just trying to find a way for Meep to escape. He needs a pee right now. We need to save him. There we are. He's made it. Fantastic. That's good. Otherwise, he would have peed inside our water source. That would not have been fun. Now, the next thing we wish to research will probably be plumbing. So we can get the liquid pumps. But then again, we do need to have better power generation, I think. So having the higher level batteries would be quite nice. Heavy watt wire. Carries more wattage than regular electrical wire without overloading. Oh, that must be a new mechanic. I quite like that. Again, getting more technical as we go on. Also, it looks like that's further in the tree, which is quite nice. Well, quite interesting. Not necessarily nice. Probably to try and encourage the sort of slime into algae thing. Drops algae every 10 kilograms. Okay, is that 1 kilogram of algae, I'm assuming? Which isn't much, really. They produce infinite steam and water. I've been trying to test out a way to get infinite oxygen and water from them. Seems quite interesting. And we get that done. Power generation. We probably should go for power generation just so we can hold much larger batteries. The research is all good right now. Do you level up? What happened there? That happened. That was really weird. Unrefrigerated food. Insufficient oxygen generation. The colony has produced 120 kilograms of oxygen a day. The duplicates have consumed 139 kilograms of oxygen. Probably because of the lack of the oxalate right here helping out. We probably could... There's some of it down here. I don't know if we can sort of... Yeah, we can mine into some of them over here. But at the moment, I'm not too worried, but eventually we will need to be worried. And we need to get some more of these algae deoxidizers thrown in. Now, something else to think about is what we're going to do with hydrogen. Because eventually, we're probably going to make this into our hydrogen area. Unless, of course, we make it further up. I might even do that. Oh, is this the geyser? Oh, cool. So this is steam, which is quite interesting. So I imagine we're going to have to muck around with temperature in order to condensate that. Turn it into water. I wonder how we would do that. Well, we'll need to cool it. I wonder if you can use... Oh, man, it'd be great if you can get steam turbines in this. I mean, you'd have to make it into dry steam, which would require a hell of a lot of heat. But still, you know, you could get there. I believe in myself. I found a semi-reliable way via hydro fans and pumps. They make a ton of heat and can scale your dupes. Can scold your dupes. Nice. Right, anyway. So we're continuing with this. Let's just mine out the tank a bit more. We could mine this top bit as well. This can be sort of a neat way. Oh. Yep, okay, we're all good. I thought something went wrong there, but no, it's fine. Now we can make tiles going up to here. I always like making tanks. I don't know what it is about making tanks, but it's just really cool. And I do mean liquid-containing tanks, not the vehicles. Although the vehicles themselves are also probably fun to make and design and drive at the same time. All at the same time, doing everything. Now, we can get a new duplicate. Lindsay's getting a little bit stressed out. Dirty hands. Exhibit stress. Okay, then. So that's a little bit of stress right there. She's also got a bit of a bladder problem. Well, no one else is using the outhouse. We also wish to make a ladder along here just so we can reach that top bit. Thankfully, ladders don't really take up space, which is why I'm making some of them in here instead. Does it get colder during nighttime? Doesn't seem like it. Some of them are getting a little bit hungry now, but we do have a good amount of rations just sort of chilling out. We have meat as well. And the oxygen seems to be going fairly well, although power is low, unfortunately, which is why we're researching the batteries. How are we right now? Yep, getting there. Sorry for the poor grammar. I type too fast for my own good. Don't worry about it. I'm the last person that should be judging people on their spelling, grammar, and punctuation. I'm terrible. And that's not due to typing quickly. Right, let's see. So, we can leave that there for now. Eventually, we will pump all this water into a much larger tank that we will eventually make. But that's great, just for sort of future uses. There we are, got there in the end. And eventually, we'll need a gas pump inside this area to get rid of all the oxygen. Well, not get rid of the oxygen, but eventually, we're going to want to vent. We also probably want to filter out as well. I do believe there is a way to filter gases out, but they're not appearing here at the moment. In fact, if we go to research, we might be able to find something that can do it. Purified water, liquid filter, no. The gas filter, there we go. So, sieves the gas selected out of gaseous mixtures, sending it into a separate pipe. Don't know how it sends it into a separate pipe. I've sort of tried to use it. I don't necessarily understand where the separation export area is. We should probably get ourselves a new duplicate. I don't know if this is too quick. Let's see. Nisbet right there looks pretty high. That's great. Good cooking. Got a physician right here, which is quite nice. And iron gut again. Everyone in this place is iron gut. However, you cannot build. Interesting. Dimensionally inept. Or dimensionally inept. I mean, he could have dementia. I don't know. Rowan right there. Small bladder. It does look like he's got a small bladder. And Twinkle Toes is athletic, which is quite nice. But we already have someone that is athletic. I think having a physician might be quite nice. Yeah, ability to heal. Iron gut. He has some high decor expectations, though. Naturally robust. So, the duplicate's hardy immune system repels most common illnesses and fraudulence. Some duplicates are just full of it. Great. You know, I think I should throw all of these away. I don't feel like a physician is really needed right now. So I'm going to reject all of them. I feel like we don't need someone at the moment. We're still trying to figure out what the hell we want to do. My flow at the moment is all over the place. We're sort of waiting for some research to come around. We should make the musher, really, and just sort of throw that in the corner. This area is going to start heating up fairly quickly. So maybe just throwing it here for now is not a bad idea. We can get that powered and also get some electrical cables running down. There we are. That's probably going to produce a lot of power, but having another food source would be quite nice. Hello, 0900. Or 0900. Welcome to the stream. Turns out the filter works like this. Okay. Interesting. We'll see what happens. Merv is... Damn it, you're eating my clothes again. Not my clovers, no. Just clothing. He's throwing it on the floor as well. Why? Why did he do this? He's doing it maliciously as well, I can tell. He has no regard for my well-being. The input lets the gas you choose go by in a pipe running through the input. An output allows for whatever gas you want filtered through the pipes that cannot... Alright, okay, interesting. Alrighty then, so we could make some of the lice loaf, which requires meal lice, which are not producing right now. We do have some of it, I believe, but mostly in seed form. Or we can make the delicious mush bar, which is very easy to make. It does require water, unfortunately, which we do have not necessarily an abundance of, but I don't necessarily like the idea of making some of this. Something that we did fail with before was making too many mush bars, and I think it was affecting our water supply. Unfortunately, we do need some of it for that as well, but we need less of it, which is quite nice. So eventually making the lice loaves would be quite handy. We also need dirt for this, and it unfortunately does carry the debuff of diarrhea, which is just not great. It's not ideal, but that's okay. So we're going to fabricate probably about, you know, a limited supply of them. We don't need too much. We'll throw dirt in there and then just sort of wait until someone starts cooking. We could make it so that only you cook, and then instead we can take away from some of the things that you don't need to do any combat. You're quite weak at that. Also, power management. Yes, not bother with that, Max. Even though I do believe Max does do a lot of power management, we don't necessarily need him to do it. Everything else I think you should just do. So that's okay. So any food processing, please get that done. That would be fantastic. I don't think we can make a refrigerator yet, and I don't think we really even want to. We're still waiting for the research to finish. We're nearly there, though, which is quite nice. He said hello, Merv, to you. Merv, are you not going to say hello back? You're throwing my clothes on the floor again? What are you doing? No! Oh, you bugger. Right, get over it. You ungrateful little peasant. No, you're not going to get away from this one. You're going in the secret room. There we are. You stay in there and enjoy yourself. He's just like very excited to be in there now. He might crawl out. I don't know. I think he just wants to be on the show, which I can't blame him really. So we're making some delicious mush bars. Hard to explain. It is a show. Don't you worry about it. Output takes out what gas you don't want filtered. Okay then. Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. So now we're just making some of these, look, max bars. That's what they are. The max bars. I like it. Delicious max bars. Should we get rid of these? I don't think we need them there. It should, once again, you know, it's a bit of a filter. It's like a loo. In fact, if we have two right here, that creates a nice sort of block of pressure. So that'd be quite nice. Oh, the research done now, which is great. Unrefrigerated food. We're not producing as much oxygen as we used to because I believe all the oxalate has been used up. And it is quite significant, really. So we've got to be quite careful. How much algae do we have left? It's not producing... It's not using up too much. We do have max pressure around here, which is not the end of the world. It means we might need to expand a bit more, but we want to be careful with that. I think we're okay with what we have right now. Storage space is also filled up. We get better storage areas at some point. That'd be quite nice. Because they run out very quickly. And also, we made all the mush bars that we needed there. What? He's trying to open the printer now. Let's change that to all. Hello, Brock Laser. Welcome to the stream. What's with the odd streaming times? I have a very sort of erratic schedule, I'm afraid. Due to shift patterns. So unfortunately, sometimes it's early, sometimes it's late, and sort of mostly whenever. Also, thank you very much for following Love Fisted. Great. Fantastic. It was 4 minutes ago. I did miss that. I do apologize. But yeah, you will get VODs, however, so you can watch the live streams on YouTube once, because I usually upload them the day after. But that's just because it's mostly an apology for being so erratic. Merv, why are you flying? Well, I mean, okay, I guess it's weird to ask. It's like asking why I'm walking. I mean, that's a good point. I do apologize, Merv, for just assuming wrongdoing. The planter box would be nice for some food. We do have some of those seeds waiting around, although I do believe they probably use up a lot of water. The liquid piping would also be quite nice. Or we could just sort of go straight over to advanced filtration so we can eventually get the electrolyzers, of which case we want to be able to get hydrogen generators set up so that we can use the hydrogen that's produced from the electrolyzer making power. Water, to be honest, is a big one. I am hoping to get to hygiene fairly quickly as well. So if we go for the liquid piping, it means we can go for 2 research trees that we really want to go for. Sanitation science and advanced filtration. So liquid piping it is. Don't necessarily care too much about the decor. However, it looks like we've got a little bit of stress from Lindsay right there. So I think before that ends up being really bad, we want to make ourselves a massage table, probably right next to the toilet. So, you know, it's those aromas. That's what it is. It's all of those aromas. They're building up. They're causing just happy times. Everyone's sleeping right now. You better go to sleep, Lindsay. A 7-cycle report. Does anyone else use this? I feel like I should use it more. All right, so we can go to the previous day. Okay, that's interesting. Skill increases. So we can check out the oxygen generation versus consumption. Power usage versus consumption. Oh, this is really useful. Never really looked at this. Probably should have in the past, but never did. Love fisted right there. Got the weird dog lol emote thing. It's the weird dog lol emote thing. I've never seen that before, I'm not gonna lie. So, but fantastic. It looks adorable. Also, Dime Biggins, nice. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you for following. I think that's how you say it, Dime Biggins. I want the algae thing, I think. I just started last night, and algae is my... So far, alright, okay. Yeah, you got to be quite quick of transitioning from the algae deoxidizers, or the algae deoxidizers, to a sort of a different sort of form of oxygen generation, because you do have a limited supply of algae, although... I think I've gotten really lucky. There's a hell of a lot of it around about here. Hell of a lot around about there. Although it is rather spread out. And this one's sort of around an area with a vacuum that I don't particularly find to be too fun. Let's see. This is done now. So let's just throw Lindsay in here. Hopefully we can get ourselves another duplicate soon as well. That'd be quite nice. There's a bunch of dogs. Is that a cat or a dog? I can't tell. Oh, it's a cat. Okay, I can see the paw on the boop right there. I don't know if Merv is particularly fond of cats. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's just not, straight up. Then again, he's not fond of many things, including other humans. Let's just move that out of the way so we can look outside and pester people. Lindsay right there, breaking her back in several different ways. Just great to see, really. It's a true marvel of what science has done for us, really. This is what we've made. Good job, everyone. Right. Food production, we're looking okay right now. We got 2 mush bars. They've been eating the mush bars. Probably could make 4 more. I feel okay with that. It's just a case that I make 4 every day. That's a good point. Maybe? Or maybe none at all. Maybe none at all. Right. This is the gas area. Just sort of looking for something else to do while we wait for research to go by. We could even increase our research. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Because I don't think any others can do research. No. I feel like we should already look for a scientist snack. That might be cool. It is a cat, lol. There we go. Fantastic. Well, at least it's been confirmed. It is a cat. We've solved the mystery, everyone. We can go home. Good job, everyone. Let's close up the shop now. Oh, wow. God, I do not wish... I would not eat that mush bar. It looks like there's hair on it. Ugh. Makes me feel ill. Oh, tell you what. Decor lamps? Or do we want some of these flowers? Yeah, the decor around is quite bad. We could put a flower right there and another one right here. You know, it might look nice. We've got a tasteful memorial, which feels like it probably would prevent stress and the spread of disease caused by unburned corpses. That's fucked up. I mean, it's a bit weird. Let's put some seeds right here just to increase decor. Make everyone much happier. I don't know if this requires water. I imagine it does. But there's some people that I believe are being a little bit stressed out due to the lack of decor options. Cats for everyone. There's cats everywhere, apparently. I figure that morbs could be used as an infinite source of oxygen. Okay. That would be useful. Kind of like the idea of going over to this geyser here, though, and playing around with it. It looks like it's just a pool to nothingness. It just goes to the crust of the earth. We're completely screwed. Good job, everyone. How much heat's being produced? Ooh. Quite a lot. I think. Yeah, 101C. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. Wow, it's not insane. It's not like a... Well, it's not like a burner or anything. Not a burner, like a combustion chamber or anything like that. Have we not added no seeds selected? Are we gonna... Oh, of course. You know, I think that's what I did wrong on my previous series. I never actually planted these. Oh well, we've got them here now, which is hopefully going to increase decor. And what is that? That's F8. Okay, let's gotta remember that. Is that decor? Decor overlay. Well, hopefully that makes people happy. I don't know if it will. Research is completed. Fantastic. Got 3 people are idle right now. And we do wish to go into these 2 areas of science. Particularly the deodorizer. Oh, the hand sanitizer's been... Has it been moved? Have we got any... What is it? Is it bleach? Yeah, bleach stone. So we got some of it right here, and it's not too far away. However, I'm mostly worried about mining into this granite, and also this chlorine right here doesn't look too appetizing. We could pick some of that up, though, to get rid of their dirty hands issue. That would also not be great. How's our food right now? It's 6 mush bars. We created what we needed. How much meal lice do we have? Is it in here? Or is it... It's probably in edibles. Oh, okay. We don't have any right now. Maybe it's in... The, what would seeds? Oh, it's right there. There's a big button right here, big option called seeds. Might be in there. So, it's a possibility. Millwood seeds. Do we have 23 millwood seeds? Do we need anything in particular, like heat distribution system set up so that we can efficiently create? You alright? You seem interrupted sleep. Oh, okay, that's bad. I imagine we need something to sort of maximize... The growth rate of plants. Probably has something to do with heat, I'm assuming. We should really get some other research done. Anything in this tree that we need? In decor, what might be nice? The ceiling lamps, I can't remember. Mess table. Oh, nice. It's somewhere for them to eat. Okay, a door. Sculpting block. And of course, we have the planter box, which is quite nice. Compost and the algae... Okay, so we can get rid of carbon dioxide, but I do believe we need algae for that. I think for now we're going to grab this. And we also want to get some sort of pumping done. So if we add a liquid pump into here, do we want to pump? Well, yeah, no, we definitely want to pump, because this is where we're going to be using most of our water. And eventually we want to have some sort of sanitization area, which might even be above it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Sort of above the water area will be where a lot of the sanitization stuff is done. Quite high up, though. I'd rather it be sort of in the middle section so it's close by to everyone. So maybe we will make it down here. It's sort of an odd one. And then we can have a tank for all of the dirty water, essentially. And then we can move that over into a chamber. Quite like the idea of that. So we will get this pump put in, but we won't do anything with it just yet. And we will have the output just sort of stick out right there. We won't need it just yet because we still need to get power set up. So having ourselves a alternative form of power... I mean, right now we can use just manual generators, and I probably will just continue to do that. In fact, we probably will need to dig further in so that we can add some more space here. And we will need to remove this research table as well, so we can actually turn this into a power generation zone. Sleep time again? All you lot do is sleep. Abysmal. How's the reports? Johnson, what are the reports? That is for today's... No, wait. Tomorrow's cycle? Seems like cycle 9 has started, but we're on cycle 8. This colony is 8 cycles on... Oh, okay then. So it doesn't count the day that you're currently on. Cool. Although this one's moving. A bit confusing. We can see that now it is on cycle 9. Okay, so technically it was cycle 9. Good to know. Still consuming more oxygen than reducing, however, power is quite nice. Well, we're not really using too much of it just yet. Eventually, we will need to remove this research table. Mush bars we're looking pretty good on right now, and we're not going to connect up the liquid pump just yet. Because we still need to hook it up to some of these areas and pump the water into this eventually fairly large tank. Do we want to have... It's going to be an interesting thought. I feel like the service... This tank might need to be a bit larger than... It's going to have to be larger than life, essentially. I mean, there's a little bit of water here, a little bit here, but I would like it to sort of filter through. Probably even going to pump out of here as well into the contaminated water area so we can get that set up. I feel like it's going to be about this big. Is that a weird size? I don't think it is. I might be over-exaggerating just how big it's going to be. But, you know, I feel like that's not the first time I've done that in my life, so we're just going to stick with what we've done. Or stick with what we're doing. Okay. Let's check on research, see how we're doing. Okay, nearly there on farming, quite nice. Where do we want to put the farming area? Where's a lot of heat? Maybe we do need to have sort of a certain amount of heat. We can transfer it from the electric area, probably where the batteries are, into the farming zone. Do we need water for the farming area, though? Doesn't give you more information than that, I'm afraid. And we need to get some walls done here as well. There we are. We're going to pick up some algae on the way as well, which is quite nice. A little bit more stress from you as well, Lindsay. Getting very stressed out right now. Let's have a quick check to see why she's so stressed out. Interrupted sleep and decor expectations, right? So she's just not happy about the current decor right now. I'm not going to lie. I don't blame her. It's not great. It's looking pretty lousy. We will construct some hovering tiles right there that they can jump through, which should hopefully give them the ability to construct the rest of this. It should, anyway. Well, good job there. There's a good point. Polluted dirt. This is going to... You're really going at it, Meep. You're really enjoying yourself. You're making some butter right there. I'm really looking forward to eating some of that butter. It is in the form of these mush bars, of course. Oh, not what we want to make. Nope. Definitely not what I want to make. Make a few more of those. Storage is a little bit full. And yep, the toilet's still out of order. We're getting there, though. It takes a long time to make this butter. There we go. Good job. Now, unfortunately, we have some of this polluted dirt. Which is a bit awkward. Because it probably means we're going to have to make a compost area for that. So, refinement? Yeah, compost. So, breaks polluted dirt down into fertilizer. Do you want to just throw this in the corner here? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to build further in that direction. Could put it down here for now. Does contaminated dirt or contaminated oxygen rise? Or contaminated gas, even. I'm sure it does. So something's making me think that it rises. Right, let's also deconstruct this research station. We don't need it in here anymore. And at the same time, how are we doing over here? Look at that! This is great. I mean, of course, they fall in. I like this little sort of thing that we've got going on. I could leave them in there, just as some sort of really strange service area. Don't think it's really going to work out in the way I would like it to. So stress is okay. We will get ourselves a new duplicate. Let's see who we have. Whoa, you got a little bit in everything, Bubbles. Bubbles! She's back! She's amphibious. She's also necroplegic. Necroplectic. Duplicate can fall asleep anytime, any place. Well, that's not great. Amphibious isn't the world's best trait, since it's very rare someone's going to be underwater. However, you do have a bit in everything, which is quite nice. However, it's usually better to have someone that's just sort of good at one particular thing, like you, Otto, right there, tinkering. In terms of duplicate's efficiency when operating machines. I don't know if that counts for the running. However, you've got high digging speed as well. You got mole hands. Oh, come on, another yokel? What is it with these people? Just a bunch of yokels, all of you. Welcome to the stream, Stephen Taylor. I think it's Stephen. Mole hands. You know, we need more diggers. I don't think I'm going to take you just because you have two. Some duplicates are just full of it. And all the vitamin C in space won't stop the duplicate from getting sick. Apparently you have an iron gut, though. Which is, you know, you can eat anything without getting sick. But at the same time, you're a biohazard. Don't know how I feel about that. The combination feels like it's just contradicting itself. You have a very high decor expectation, though. And you're a vomiter. You're all vomiters. I gotta take Bubbles. She's an original. I can't neglect you, Bubbles. You're just too much for me. Alright, there she is. Mush bars are crowning right now. What a great way to explain that. They're currently crowning. And now, workday has begun. We're going to finish off making this tank. Really looking forward to getting all the water in this area pumped in. And we could probably sort of destroy these as we go along. I mean, do I need to? I don't know, it just looks a bit weird. Oh, Bubbles, you hovered for a second there. That was quite magical. that was really quite a lot going on there. Lindsay really not enjoying her job. Stress is going slightly higher up. Everyone's just hanging out around here. Why are we all hanging out here? It's the worst place to hang out. How are you today? I'm doing very well. How about yourself? We want to make a doorway here, I think. This is going to be another zone. This is probably going to be where the planting is set up. So mining out to around about there, just because I feel like we're going to move in here soon. Let's make some tiles along here as well. And let's deconstruct. Should really use the button itself. What is the hotkey? X. Deconstruct X. Got to remember that. It's going to improve my efficiency. Now we do have a little bit of contaminated air just sort of lingering in this corner. And we have mined our way into here, unfortunately. It's filled with all sorts of random stuff. Some of it was oxygen. We got some carbon dioxide. And yeah, just all sorts of random things inside that vacuum. Was that the vacuum? I actually don't know. Seemed to be just a random pocket of stuff. So I imagine there was a little vacuum. A little vacuum, apparently. Diarrhea. Meek contracted diarrhea by eating a mushroom. He contracted it. I'm sorry, but you have diarrhea. Your breath is also really bad. Okay, then. So it just means your oxygen consumption is increased. I imagine diarrhea is going to increase. Oh, wow. You need to go to have a pee quite a lot. That's insane. Okay. Oh, are you all right there, buddy? I don't want you to pee everywhere. That seems to be a common trend in this series. So having diarrhea from that mush bar, not great. That is a downside of the mush bars. Rated R. The mush bars. Rated R. Let's see. So we have this heavy watt wire. I feel like this would be used for some of the sort of better energy-producing items, but I don't know if there also are some more powerful tools later on that will require a high amount of power. Does it say exactly how much can transfer? Max power, 1,000 watts. And this one is 2 kilowatts. Okay. Not bad. So it's quite a significant number. We will set up a secondary generator right here. And we also want to get some batteries set up. Yeah, making some batteries along here might be better. Or we can move them into this zone and just sort of have them attached to this COTS. But then again, maybe over here we can move the oxygen over by one. There's chlorine in here, though. I don't really want to access that just yet. Not until we find a way to filter it. Which does remind me... Did we research... I can't access research right now. Okay. I need to make myself a research area, I think. We will make both of them, just here and here for now. Because we... Oh, there we are, there and there. And we will get power set up so that it is hooked up to both of them. I should really disable this building. Because I do think it's using up power nonchalantly. We'll get a few mush bars done. We'll get some of those set up. We got this nice area right here. We should probably go a little bit further just to grab some of this algae. Since I believe we don't have... Oh, no, we got loads of it. And the oxygen production right now is still pretty good, although we are using up more of it than we are creating. Do we hear a bird in the background? Yep, you hear Mervin. Little parrot of yours. The hell, Merv? What are you doing? Oh, nothing. Because you're a little parrot. Exactly. That's just sort of how it works, right? Not held accountable for their actions because they're a parrot. That's usually how I work around it. So we probably want the deodorizer. And the lavatory also as well would be quite nice. Followed by the shower. High sort of science, sanitation science is a big one. It's definitely going to lower stress. At the moment, stress isn't a huge issue. But it's still something to worry about. And I do like the idea of getting it done first. Then again, beelining for this might even be better. So we can get the gas filtering done, water purifier. Not just yet. I feel like it should be this, then this. Mostly for the water purifier. Then we want to get research done for both of these. So... Is intermediate research... Oh, okay, I've not done it right. There we are. Want it to... Does anyone have it so it ever needs to be in a queue? I don't know if maybe there's any real point to that system. It just seems a bit random. Oh, it looks like we're producing some more oxygen here as well. Oh, wow, loads of it. Oh, wait, no, that's just the... Is that the pressure in this area? Wow. There is so much pressure. I feel like their heads should be feeling a little bit odd. I know mine would. Mine would go crazy. But I don't know how that responds, but it looks like we have a thin layer of carbon dioxide here as well, which is quite interesting. We could have it filter through here so it drops down. Yeah, I think I'll get that done. It should try and drop down as far down as it would like. Well, then again, it's... blocks the flow of liquid without obstructing the flow of gas. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, we was getting some research done, so we're ever so slowly getting there. We do wish to make us some extra areas, though. Got a few people that are idle. Looks like someone else has diarrhea. Bubbles, unfortunately. Diarrhea becoming a bit of a problem in these parts. It's just what happens in this area, you know? The Helpless Helpers Tavern, apparently, full of diarrhea. Not great. We are using a little bit more water in it as well. We want to transfer that. Probably now. I like it. That's something to do. I like that. We're mostly waiting for research at the moment. So, making this pump, we're going to make it low down as we can. And then getting that set up so that it is... Oh. I like how it snakes now. Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, we're just going to make a hell of a lot of pipes. And have it connect up to a liquid vent. Which really should... deconstruct liquid pipes. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe remove. Yeah, that might be better. Liquid pipes. There we are. We want to have the liquid vent as high up as we can get it. Because otherwise there will be... although we want it in the middle. There will be a pressure issue. There we are. This is probably going to take them a little while to get this all done. I'm okay with that, because it means we can get the water out of here, and then we can use it as a constructed area. Just going to continue to expand our zone. Now, unfortunately, I'm doing it again. I've got the service ladder to get everywhere. Still don't know how good of an idea this is. I feel like everyone eventually just makes really big zones and connects them up to sort of precariously placed tiles. Bubble's doing some research right there. Check on the reports. 2 diseases... Okay, then. Oxygen generation's also really bad. It is emitting 200 grams per second. But it is using a hell of a lot more algae than that. Produces a little bit of heat. I wonder if we can utilize that, sort of like a combined heat and power kind of way. What do we have over here? It's oddly highlighted. It seems to be just generally quite hot itself. I mean, it's a plant, I suppose. There's a hell of a lot of heat around here, which is probably causing a little bit of minor discomfort. And you do see an increased amount of carbon dioxide right here. The pressure is also higher. Only marginally. But enough to question. This one's going to be a bit of an odd one to set up. Like this. Have they changed it so cables in water is a bit weird? I don't know. I mean, it seems fairly well insulated. Is it going to cause a problem, or are we alright? Are we okay? I don't know if that's too far away. I imagine the pump must be strong enough, but I feel like maybe we need to have another pump to keep it sort of going through. We'll find out. We will find out. Oh. Oh, come on, Meep. This is the second time you've peed in this area. We're going to have some contaminated water issues. Everyone is having diarrhea right now. It's all those mush bars. How are we doing on the research? Oh, we're getting there. Very close. So we have this all connected up. Now we just need to get the liquid vent set up. Do we need to turn this on? Doesn't seem to have a disable, just not pumping. The pump is not active. I imagine it's because it doesn't have an outlet, which seems to be not wanting to construct itself. I'll make a tile here. Oh, before we muck around with this too much, we probably want to make a tile there and deconstruct this one, just because I feel like the amount of water in here we might end up overflowing a bit. So we're going to prioritize the construction of these areas, make ourselves another ladder. Everyone's sleeping right now. Some of them are thinking of food, but a lot of them right now are grimy and have dirty hands. The dirty hand's going to be quite interesting, because I've never gone to get bleach yet. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Excuse me. Yeah, good job there, Lindsay. Just going to sort of eat right there on the ladder. Meep, very stressed out, and we're going to throw him over here. Oh, there we are. We're getting it constructed now. You do need a toilet. I feel like everyone has diarrhea. This is why we need to get the better laboratory set up. Alright, there we are. And now we're pumping the water. So we can look right here, I believe. There's... That is not what I'm looking for. The liquid pumping. There we go. So we can see the water going along. Is it slowing down? Doesn't seem to be. No, it seems like we're all good. There we are. Let's deconstruct this tile just so it's not using up too much space. Thankfully, they're just eating some of the rations right now. I think you stink. I can't tell. So I don't know how much water it's really pumping out. I guess we can find out. Heat production. Contents. I suppose we should really look at its maximum potential right here. So let's see. It just says... Effects. Liquid. It can pump out 10 kilograms per second. And how much water is in there? I imagine it's quite a lot. Yeah, that's going to take a while. Which isn't that bad, but eventually we will fill up this tank. Slightly worried that it's going to fill it up to a degree where it might overflow. But we can get that set up where we can just disable it. The base is coming along nicely. It does seem quite elegant. But I feel like we just got to wait. Eventually something will happen. Merv is really cheering me on right now by making all these aggravating noises. Seems like we got a bit of a pressure build-up going through these going through these permeable tiles. What is the maximum pressure in a single tile? Is there even a limit? Excuse me. Or maybe it depends on the type of gas. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Some of them have higher density than others. Let's just put all the minerals that we find in here. We really should have a much higher storage space. Then again, 20,000 kilograms. Or 20 tons. Oh, sorry, I don't have an uptime thing set up for Nightbot yet. I should really get that set up. I need to do a bunch of commands with Nightbot. I've sort of been neglectful. You really are just... you threw the clothes in like a different area. We need a counter for every time... Like every time Merv screws around, just take a drink. I feel like we'll probably die of alcohol poisoning. I mean, it's inevitable. It's most certainly inevitable. We have been live streaming for, I believe, an hour and 30 minutes now, though. I think so. Has it been that long? Been very quick if it has been that long. Oh, we done it? Nice. Okay. So sanitation science is complete. Advanced filtration is sort of a big one, but we will do that in a second. What I want to do is figure out exactly where we want our water treatment or water related area to be. Sort of sanitation is what I'm trying to say. The sanitation section. I think we might want to move oxygen generation somewhere else. Perhaps even at the bottom section right here, we can block that off. The main issue is that any hydrogen is going to go through these permeable tiles. For some reason, my throat is having issues. I'm going to attempt to make a geyser reservoir. Fantastic. Let us know what happens. Meanwhile, I might slowly make my way over there myself. It's emitting 666.7 grams a second of steam, which I feel like we can eventually turn into water. It's quite close to our tank as well, so we can definitely have something set up there to cool it down, turn it into water, and transfer it. Really interested to know how he can do that. Or what to do with that. A new cooking area as well. There's so much we can do. Especially this big spot right here. We've got a big storage area. And you know what? We really should get rid of some of these. I think we have to do it like this. It's a bit horrid, I won't lie. But it's sort of the way to deal with mining in the game. So let's see. We've got the electricity area. And this could be the potential sanitation zone. I do like the idea of making this sanitation. And then we could move oxygen generation. We could even put oxygen generation here and move it along. Oh, no, of course. Nearly forgot. We do want to have the hydrogen... What are they called again? The electrolyzers set up so we can produce oxygen with water instead. Producing hydrogen, which we can then use as a power source. My main issue, of course, is... Oh, bloody hell, Max. Ah, fuck. We need to block this off. Alright, let's uproot that. We are unfortunately contaminating the water in here because people keep peeing their pants. Which is not great. Mostly probably because this outhouse is out of order. So getting the bathroom set up is ideal. Having it down here, I think, is what we want to do. So if we go over to plumbing, we can see that we can have a shower and we can have a lavatory. So we want to deconstruct these research tables, deconstruct the musher as well. We have enough field rations to survive. And we also want to dig these up. We're going to make that a priority first, because I don't want people to keep peeing themselves. And also, we should probably clean all this up. Oh, and have someone deal with that. So if we could just clean up all that pee, that would be great. At the moment, Lindsay is a little bit stressed out. So we can probably throw her in here for now. And at the moment, we have... How much algae do we have? We got quite a lot, so we don't need to rush it. I think we probably need to make one more of these, though. Oxygen is starting to dwindle ever so slightly, especially on the top section right here. So getting that done might be the next big step. Let's get those tiles set up. So what I'm doing here is just making sure that any contaminated water that does fall down is just going to stay in this little zone. And unfortunately, we seem to have some contaminated, polluted dirt. Let's take that out. I'm assuming the compost heap is full. Oh no, it just requires flipping. Okay, they're currently doing that. There we are. So if we could just sweep up some of this polluted dirt. Because it is sort of filling everything up right now, and it's not great. Oh, Meep, what are you doing? Oh, unfortunately, Meep has got himself stuck. Well, I think one's fine. He got a bit cold there. He's having trouble breathing as well, so high concentration of carbon dioxide. So mining all this out is another big step. And now getting the shower set up. So let's see. Do we want the tile to just go down here, and then this could be a separate section? I think because of the chlorine... I quite like that idea, because we can make this into an airlock at some point and mine this out to eventually be something that is of use. At the bottom right here, we're just going to keep the compost in here. Using 100 grams a second, emitting fertilizer 100 grams a second. Does produce some heat as well, which is quite interesting. Might want to make another one, though. I don't know if that's the best idea in the world. We need to... Okay, no, we're fine there. So if we make the lavatory now, that would be great. So we can have it right here. Or we can have it much closer. And maybe just have oxygen on the other side for the future. Yeah, I really do like that idea. Just everything closer to the water. If anything, oxygen right here is not bad, because we can make the generators over here. And it keeps sort of the hydrogen much further away, because it will rise up and not rise up around the entire place like this. I quite like that idea. We should probably have a shower at the bottom corner. And we can just have the lavatory. Do you want it to be further? I like the idea of it being further. If we deconstruct this building. We're going to keep the deodorizer there for now. If we... Oh, actually, no. Figure of deodorizers. We actually need one of these. Probably hanging out around about there. And another one right here. And you know what? We'll throw one right here as well. For the time being. And let's just deconstruct. Oh. Oh, alright. I've got liquid pipes. I like how it saves it, though. That's nice. I was having problems with it constantly moving around. So the deodorizers should hopefully get rid of some of that contaminated oxygen or contaminated rubbish that's lingering around. Yeah, the polluted oxygen is what I'm looking for. Or just polluted air in general. Let's get rid of some of this as well. And there's some meal stuff right there that we can uproot. And, you know, at the same time, how's the heat in this area? It's looking quite nice. Temperate. Probably what we're looking for. Food is a big one. Planter box. So the ration box stores a small amount of food. Must be filled with food by duplicates. The planter box houses a single plant which will periodically produce food or medicine. Like the idea of this. We should really get some of them set up. What does it require, though? It's got less decor, and it's just a seed. And I imagine the seed is probably going to require some water. We have this be the planter area for now. Then we could sort of work around it at a later date. I feel like we're going to have a problem here. I think we're going to have a problem there. I can't really tell. Can we make that there instead without destroying this? I don't think we will be able to do that. This is going to be quite awkward. We need to reach the top there, but unfortunately I'm going to have to deconstruct some of these. A little bit of an oversight. I'll have to deconstruct this one as well. How are we doing right now? Cycle 13 reports. Let's have a look at what we've got. We are using... Okay, so we have 100 extra kilojoules of power lingering around. Oh, we have a net value there. Okay, we could just use that. Power wasted. Interesting. The colony created 11.2 kilojoules of power today, which was not used and stored in a battery. Not used or stored in a battery, so it counts all that are stored in batteries as well. I do believe these smaller batteries do run out of power. Circuit status. It's got nothing. Having a light source eventually would be useful as well. We will just wait until they finish sleeping. Seem to have a bit of air pockets going on right there. The carbon dioxide just sort of chilling out. Don't like the idea of that. We need to get rid of it. How are we doing right now on rations? Okay, it's not too bad. Eventually get rid of that. But for now, we are producing... Yeah, we definitely need to get one more of these. I think for now, I might put one at the bottom. This is another one of these issues where I'm just sort of spreading out the deodorizers. Or the oxygen deodorizers. Or algae deoxidizers. There we go. We got there in the end. Which is not great, but I will eventually have a dedicated room for oxygen generation. Have that pump it around the entire site. But we are currently sort of slowly running out of oxygen. And we, of course, if we look at our reports, are using more of it than we are creating. So we want to make sure that we have a sort of net increase in oxygen production. Not too crazy as to take up too much pressure. But just enough to make it palatable for our lovely people here. Alright, so let's get some of these areas constructed. I don't want to dig that, because I feel like it's one block between that bit of sand, and it's going to cause problems. We don't have to make it perfectly aesthetical just yet. I'm fine with what we have right now. Tell you what, though, just to make this even, I think I'll do that. Got to make sure it's all nice and even. I mean, come on now. You think I'm a savage? How dare you? Moving this as well later on, maybe making this into the new battery area. I think for now, we can just sort of throw some rubbish batteries around. We don't have to be perfect. Just throw this battery here and then connect this up. Much better storage unit. There we are. In fact, what we might want to do is just have both of them connect up to this battery and probably disconnect this one. There we are. And let's also disconnect this pipe. Not pipe, this cable. And let's also disconnect this one. So that we can have them just connect up to the battery so that we will only just draw power from the battery. And let's go back over to power. Yep, fantastic. Exactly what I'm looking for. So now all storage or all battery consumption or creation will go into the battery, and then that will output from the battery to everywhere else. Fantastic. Exactly what I'm looking for. That's quite nice. Unfortunately, we do need to connect this up, which is not too bad, and we will disconnect these for now. There we are. So now we also want to make ourselves, or continue to make ourselves, the lavatory right here. Do I like it to be right here? Or one further across so I can make a doorway in the future? I think one further across, I quite like that. And now the pipes, very important. So we got our pump, we have an output, but we still need to have a, well, we have an input, but we need an output. So the input's quite easy. It's just the white ones, isn't it? Or is that the output? So the inputs will be these green ones, I'm assuming. So if we do that, and then have the... We could probably just have it pumped directly downwards. Yep, I like that. Then we can have the bridge. So an output can go through here. Up to there. Or from here, probably. And then we can probably cancel some of this stuff. We'll cancel that. There we are. That should work. I think... Oh, no, it's facing this way, though, which is not what I want. I believe that's how it works, so we might need to swap that around. That is a wire bridge, not what I'm looking for. How do we rotate this? Oh, to rotate. Oh, okay. Oh, apparently it doesn't rotate. Oh, no, that's because I didn't click O. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, there we are. So, it seems a bit dodgy, but that's fine. So, the arrow's pointing that way. And we have the water set up in all of these. So, now we just need to make sure we have an output, which will be down here. We are going to make the... We don't like the carbon dioxide down here, but for now, I think I don't mind making a tank. I'm filling that up with horrendous water, which I think is going to be around about here. Is this a permanent area for my rubbish water? You know what? I don't like that. No. Oh. Cancel's not going to work. Oh, liquid pipe, that's why. No, I don't like that at all. I kind of want it around here, which means I'm going to have to get rid of the compost. So let's deconstruct both of these. And let's just sort of mine this area out. Oh, tell you what, before we do that, I want to make sure that we get these tiles set up. So I think the tiles around here would be ideal. Covering up this entire zone, or sort of further out. Is that a big enough area for the contaminated water? I feel like it is. And then we can make sort of two of these here, just so we can get the entire area constructed. Probably want to do the same thing at the top right here as well. Oh, and we're missing this tile as well. Get that done. How are we looking? Okay, oxygen's looking a bit better. What about reports? We seem to be at a good even right now. We are producing more than we're consuming, but it's sort of just close enough where I'm not too worried. Getting slightly worried about this water, though. Oh, I thought the water was coming out of this area. Thankfully not. I think we might need to stop this from working for just a second. Because we will go over on this pump, and at the moment, we don't necessarily need to constantly put water into our tank. I think for now, I'm absolutely fine with what we have. Now, what we want to do is make a manual airlock, which, unfortunately, we can't make there because we need to actually deconstruct these. And this is just going to be a maintenance shaft, essentially. There we are. I can make that right there. They can just sort of jump into the airlock. Let's delete this. I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's mine these two bits of algae just before we're too late. Okay, well, at least one of them. Deconstruct this so we can get both of them. Don't want to get this water just yet. And we also want to mine up these two bits of dirt. There we are. And now we can go to tiles. Plonk that right there. Things are coming along nicely. Now we got this bit done. Well, done-ish. Now we can deconstruct all of this and have it be an actual area. Although at the same time, we want to have a gas pipe right there. And another one right there. A bit spacious. I feel like that's a good idea to make it spacious. Just because I still don't fully know how much this is going to let through per second or something like that. Don't have to be too specific, but I feel like it's important. Alright, now you should be able to get out. Oh no, you won't be able to escape from there, though. So at the moment, there is a lot of carbon dioxide down here. Too much, in fact. Lots of oxygen down here, but of course, this is the maintenance area. And we also want to... We still probably like the... I like the idea of still having the compost in this zone. So if we were to go to refinement, compost... Can you not make it down, Lindsay? Are you alright? No, you can. Okay, just a bit odd. I think for now, we'll deconstruct both of these. And we'll just have another tile going downwards. Although, really, we should make a ladder, but that's fine. We can grab some of the compost, well, the dirt, the crap dirt. Looks like we grabbed the little bit that we had left, which is nice. Now we can deconstruct this. And instead, we can make another point at the bottom right here. Deconstruct that. It's a little bit odd that we have to jump up. I may as well utilize that, you know, the ability for us to jump up like that. It is going to make our overflow sort of tank right here a little bit weird looking. But I'm sort of okay with that. I mean, really what we could do is just level that out completely and have a ladder. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Not that we really would want them to swim in this area, but it's just, you know. Bubbles, you fell asleep in the compost. It's disgusting. You have a problem, right? Let's also get the... Where is it? Where are you? Is it in medicine, refinement, utilities, plumbing, power, oxygen? Ah, there we go. It's an oxygen. Get the deodorizer in there. Oh, and at the same time, I think we just need to push the CO back. It might be that we just don't have another source of... God, I'm really hard. I really have a lot of trouble traversing this area. If we have one of these permeable tiles right here for gas set up, that would be great. And also, we should get rid of that. How are we doing? So this area just completely filled up with oxygen. With carbon dioxide even. Exact opposite. And let's see. So we want to have the liquid vent right here. Pump it out. It should go straight down from there, which is nice. And then we want to have another liquid pump set up so that we can eventually get rid of some of the rubbish water. So we'll have that come down. Go into there. And then they should be able to use apparently. They're going to use the... It's going to be great. It's going to be just great. Let's get that set up as well. Prioritization also becoming a big thing that we need to get done. At the moment, this is turned off, so we're not using up the power, which is great. And also, we should probably have both of these on a 6. Just to prioritize the power creation side of things. And let's also get rid of that tile. We've got a nice big area right here, which I quite like. We can definitely tile the rest of that up. For when we need to, of course. And there we are. We've got the oxygen sort of pushing its way through. Ever so slightly. Oh, food. Right. Food is a problem. Bubbles is stressed out. Let's put her in here. We'll make some mush bars. Completely forgot about that. Not going to be great. It's not a fantastic food source. We can also get some of this set up now. Alright, let's see. Let's get the meal wood seeds set up. Let's see what they need as well. Requirements. It needs initial growth, 5 cycles. Regrowth, 2.5 cycles. Temperature, 10 to 30 C. Okay, yep. It's a good temperature in here. And a gas pressure of 150 G. Wow, okay. That's not good. Yeah. I don't know if that means we're basically going to suffocate it with oxygen, or we just need something higher than that. Gonna have to find out. Meanwhile, let's get ourselves a bunch more of them. If I can find out where the hell it is. Probably in food. Once again, I'm not good with navigation. It's never been my strong point. Oh, just need to get those 2 pipes up there. We did miss out on those. Let's get the tile right there. We should be able to get both of them from there. And let's see. Yeah, it's looking much better. This big old mist, though, of carbon dioxide not looking good. Pressure is lowered, though, but that's because it's spacing out a bit more. Probably because we've sort of blocked this off slightly. Not pumping at the moment because we don't have it cooked up to a vent. We just need to get those 2 pipes there done. And then we should be nice. We will cancel that dig command for now. There we are. We should get both of them done there. Fantastic. So that should be hooked up now. There we are. Max is having a shower. The laboratory is set up. What we will do is disable this building. We won't completely remove it, just disable it. Let's also sweep up that dirt. And there we are. There it is. We will completely... we will finish to construct the pump as well. And then eventually we'll have that hooked up to an outbound area. But now we have this nice little tank right here, which is going to fill up fairly quickly, I think. We also have this water pump right here set up. Oh, let's also get some more of these seeds done. What's the needs for the other one? Oh, it needs fertilizer. Okay. It was a good thing this lot doesn't need fertilizer. But then again, I feel like we could easily give them what they desire. Let's look at growth right here. 9%. Okay, they seem to be fairly happy, which is good. Let's prioritize the mining of this rubbish around here. And we have loads of power left in this battery, which is great. It's much better. Much more organized. Although food was well, the food was going to become an issue. It seems like we're okay at the moment. Getting rid of this carbon dioxide would be great, though. So we have that set up. We can use the shower. A hell of a lot of oxygen around here. Wow. Look at that. So much oxygen. Let's look at reports. We are... yeah, once again, we're sort of in a good middle ground with oxygen production. Mostly it's food that's an issue at the moment. But that will eventually be a thing of the past. Probably get ourselves another... every time, food. Yeah, there we go. Another one of these boxes set up. And tell you what, I do like the idea of having another one of these gas tiles. There we are. Just thrown right there as another way to sort of remove some of the horrible gases that may form. We already have 2, but I feel like we might produce a little bit of a pocket in that corner. Eating some delicious Max bars right there. Unrefrigerated Max bars. Mmm. Delicious. And we're probably going to be using up a bit more power now because of the use of some of these areas. If we were to look at... is there... yeah, there's a light overlay. Thermal comfort overlay. Body heat retention, body heat loss. So there's a body heat loss, body heat retention in some of these areas. And then anywhere that's not like that. Comfort zone. Comfort zone. Body heat loss. Body heat retention. Okay, then. Good to know. There's a lot of information right there. Probably want to make ourselves another storage as well. And getting some more research done. That's a good point. We need to get some of that done. We could move it right here if we wanted. Did I say this would be the new oxygen area, or would it be over here? I think I said over here, yeah. I recall myself saying that. Probably should deconstruct these then. And make a doorway. Oh, at the same time, we should have this be automatic. There we are, just because we don't want too much of an overflow. There we are. Now we can get a manual airlock set up. I wonder if this deletes the pipes that we're putting this over. This is probably going to be a big disaster for us. We're about to find out. How are we doing on the algae situation? Okay, it's not great. And who else is still stressed? Lindsay is stressed. So throw you right there. We'll also find out why you're stressed. Stress, decor, interrupted sleep. Why are you having interrupted sleep? Do you have a negative trait? Destructive. Okay, that's not good. I don't like destructive. I mean, she doesn't like the decor, which is not great, and I don't blame her, really. The decor is quite disgusting. There's some greener zones, especially the top right here. We could even get rid of the middle bed, expand slightly, and that could increase our decor a little bit. We do have some of these flowers that are chilling out, which have fully grown as well. And they are increasing decor by plus 15, a 2-tile radius. This area, though, probably the absolute opposite of decor. Yeah, a big hue of red. Absolutely atrocious. Let's also add the storage right there. The storage. How's water doing? Seems alright. Yep, we're pushing back the war against the carbon dioxide. We are winning. Unfortunately, there seems to be another thick layer. Actually, it's not very thick. It's just a mild layer of carbon dioxide fill up. Do we need another duplicate? Duplicant? I don't know. The hell was that? Oh, real lice. Cool. Probably want to get into this area soon. So have this filled up. So yeah, we should definitely get the research stations done. Eventually, we'll get some meal lice from the mealwoods right here, which are growing fairly quickly, but they will take a few cycles, which is why I sort of want to get to the meal lice. What is that? The bristleberry. And other food sources would be nice. Let's just get into here. This might not be a good idea. It is a vacuum, yeah, there's nothing. Okay, good. It is an actual vacuum. I love the pressure sort of moving in right there. That's really... It's really satisfying. Right, anyway. So we got this area opened up. You want to mine this whole thing out? I don't think I need to do that just yet. I mean, we could mine a little bit further down. We do have other food sources now, which is quite nice. Particularly the meal lice, which means we can use the meal lice. It says we have 15 meal lice, but it says it uses up a weight of meal lice per lice loaf. So I don't know if one lice is just a kilogram. Be a very large lice. That's not what we want to look at. We want to look at our edibles. There we are. Oh, right, okay. I don't... Oh, a minute, let's just make one of these. Don't know the conversion there, I'm afraid. I'm having a bit of a moment. This is filling up fairly quickly, but you know what? We got so much water. This is great. Hopefully everyone's stresses are going down as well. If we look at the vitals, or just click on some of them. Dirty hands, tired. Yep, none of them are groggy. Apart from, I mean, you've got a full bladder there, Bubbles, which isn't ideal. But we are probably dealing with it fairly well with this lavatory right here, which is nice. Unfortunately, if multiple people need a toilet, then they're going to have to wait in line, which is probably the bad side of this. I do like how the water just sort of sticks around. It's a bit weird. But, I mean, kind of cool. It's a bit weird, but kind of cool. It's pretty sweet. How are we doing on the mealwood? Going fairly well. I'm happy about that. Deodorizer is it even deodorizing much down here? Probably isn't. I feel like we need something for deodorizer. Like, we'll probably use algae or something. It affects clay, apparently. No. Interesting. Feels like one of those things that would need algae, but maybe it needs clay? I don't know. It says it affects it. So I don't know if it produces clay. It would be quite interesting. Do we want to pick up some of these seeds as well? Oh, I love this. This is awesome. Things are going very much our way. Let's make some stations again. I think move them... I mean, this station requires more space, so maybe having them over here is alright. Yeah, I don't mind that. So moving the stations over here, we do need to move our power around anyway. We're sort of worried about our power usage right now. Oh, I do like that. There's a little bar right there, which is much easier to look at than this one. Deodorizers uses sand for filtration. Thank you very much. I didn't know that. It doesn't say it, does it? Or am I just being a bit silly? Citrus scented. Nice. Nice. I mean, we know why we got it. That's citrus, delicious citrus scents. Or the thing. Thing. Okay, well, it uses sand, which isn't that bad, I suppose. We have plenty of that around. Thank you very much. Breathable gas. Polluted oxygen. We have a hell of a lot around, don't we? It's just staying in here? Do we have to pump it out? That's a good point. Kind of hope we do. That would add another layer of depth. Doesn't seem like it. Right, well, let's get some more research done. What we want to do is have... Actually, wait. Pressure management. Liquid valve, gas valve. And then we have the insulated gas pipe. Minimal change in temperature. Chance... Oh, okay. I like that. Okay, then. This is going to help out. It does make clay. Oh, okay, then. Oh, it seems to work this time. Ha ha ha, ask. Yeah, the internet connection is not saying nope at the moment, which is quite nice. It was really bad last week. Hopefully it doesn't sort of copy itself. That would be pretty bad. But welcome to the stream. Fine dining. Oh, that's a good point. Decor. Decor is stressing people out. We need that done. So it's going to be a bit of an easier one. Oh, tell you what. Did we make one of those lice things? We must have. So we could probably check how much we've got now. Edibles. Oh, no. Okay, right here. Oh, right. Okay, so that transfers to every 500. Okay. Oh, okay. Probably should save now, actually. That's a good point. Save as. New. We are the Helpless Helpers. There we are. I think I may have misspelled something there, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. So, as well as oxygen from contaminated oxygen. Okay, of course. Oh, yeah, because it transfers it. So it does have a slight emittance. All right, yeah. So it says emitting clay, which we're not doing right now, but it is emitting some level of oxygen and using up a certain amount. Okay, that's good. Storage is all filled up again. There probably is a better storage thing set up. We have someone that's idle right there. Max Idle. That's a great name. Max Idle. I would not mess with Max Idle. Right, let's get him into the stress area, because, you know, just him standing around is apparently stressing him out. Poor Max. Poor Max Idle. It's the name you love to touch. What the hell's going on? Things decide to shimmer a bit. I think we're okay. 50% growth on these mealwoods. Quite nice. And I think we can produce 2 more of these loaves. Yeah, we've got a bunch of nice, delicious fruits right now, which is good. Got some seeds. That one's growing right now, which is quite nice. Oh, tell you what, check the algae very quickly. Yeah, okay, we're doing fairly well. Sleepy time. Eventually we can get this decor set up. Having some lights as well. It will use up power, though. But it only uses up a very little bit. Is it in there? No, it'd be in decor. No, furniture. So let's see. It only uses up 5 watts, which is absolutely nothing. But to add some light would be quite useful. So maybe having one right there. We probably should delete some of these cots and space them out in a bit of a different way. And also expand it, really. And maybe having another ladder that goes down, just sort of a much easier access. Could even do that. I kind of like the idea of that. Spacing that out. Going like this. Slightly worried. Slightly worried that we're going to get water everywhere from this, but it will just sort of all end up down here. So I suppose it's not that bad if the water does start to filter through. We can just sort of dig all this out. And I suppose we will leave that there for now, I suppose. Look at them harvest that up. It's like just a massive hoover. Oh, we got some muckroot. Great. What is that in the background? It's Merv. A parrot. Some people may find him a little bit annoying, and I would agree. I would very much agree. He wants my attention, which is why he's making a lot of noise. He's pretty much a child. Probably not as bad as a child. I don't know. I'm not a parent. Although sometimes I feel like one, but of course I don't have much of a reference there. Other than looking at my own parents. Which just fills me with dread. No, it's Merv, guardian of the background. That's very much true. He is the guardian of the background. Is research completed? Nice. Okay, so we got the decor. Oh, no, we didn't. That's the other thing. Okay, then. Insufficient or unrefrigerated food. Insufficient oxygen generation. Oh, come on. That's marginal. It still adds up. Don't get me wrong. We do have little bits of carbon dioxide just sort of whirling around here. There seems to be a pool of it protruding. Probably should have another one of these just to move it all down. Thankfully, the dirt doesn't seem to move horizontally, which is quite nice. Gonna make my life easier. We seem to have a bunch of extra foods around here. Do we? No, I suppose not. Oh, we can pick some of the foods down here, though. We can uproot some of this stuff. Harvest remain. Let's harvest this, yeah. And harvest for these are starting to happen. We've got some light here as well, which may lower stress. Who has the highest stress right now? Bubbles. So we'll throw you in here. And let's get some more lights. Yeah, I like the idea of that. I liked the idea of that. Lights there. And lights here. There. And there. No, they don't necessarily walk through all those areas all the time. But I feel like it's near areas where there are power cords already, and I don't want to sort of throw power lines all over the place, even though it's not really much of an issue. But they will be using up some of our power, but I don't think it's enough to cause an issue. And if we look at our decor right now, there's some slight areas of happiness in our decor. Illuminati right there for Body the Bob. There we go. Which I might add, thank you very much for following. Is the little thing appearing on the top right? It should be. Wait, let me just check. It should be. Yeah, there we go. Or at least it's appearing on my side. So hopefully it's appearing on yours as well. Anyway, this is. I was wondering what was going on there. It looks like we just entered pits of hell. Lindsay now needs one, but Bubbles is still on there. Might want to move this outhouse. And you know what? I'm going to remove this as well. So we don't need that there anymore. Everyone's sleeping. And we have expanded here, so let's open this up. And let's also make some of those gas tiles. Look, I get it. You're a parrot. I understand. It's a dilemma we all face in our lives. Where we just sort of think, are we a parrot? I mean, are you a parrot? Like, could be. Very much could be. I wouldn't know it. Unlike humans, parrots have a completely different level. They have fourth dimensions. they have 4 dimensions. You gotta watch out. Sneaky buggers. All of them. How are the edibles right now? Lice. We can make one more of these loaves, I think. And then we could probably make a few more of these mush bars just for the sake of making extra food. Until, of course, these all grow, which would be great. This still needs to be harvested, so I think we just need to mine that area. And we can probably prioritize this. Yeah, it just came through. Thank you very much. Yeah, another storage unit right here would be nice, because I think we have a bunch of items just sort of lingering around. There you are, Bubbles. God, their bodies just get limper and limper. It's not looking good. I don't mind Merv makes fun dino sounds. Eventually those fun dino sounds will become something different. There's fun dino sounds. Merv, you're a dinosaur. How do you feel about that? No? Oh, okay, as soon as I pay attention, he's just all quiet. Come on, why don't you fly over here? You have the wings for it. I'm not going to take them away. Let's see. So we want to get the advanced filtration done so that we can get over to the electrolyzer. I really like the idea of sort of beelining for that. Fine dining, though. Grows a single plant with sown with a seed. Must be submerged in liquid. Aquatic farm tile. That's an interesting one. We could throw some of them in our tank, but I feel like it would produce some harsh items. I don't know why. Fertilizer maker. The refrigerator would be cool. Keeping food at a good temperature. Of course, we could have just a cool area by venting out some of the heat. So, or even we could have just a refrigerated zone in the more sort of colder climate. Of course, some of these areas are absolute zero, which are not ideal. But we could use it to our advantage. Well, Merv did descend from dinosaurs like all other birds. Very true. Merv is a raptor. Probably not. It's probably something entirely different. All right, let's get this done so we can get some more research. The power doesn't seem to be connected here. I think I forgot about it. I did. And how are we doing on decor? Lindsay is always the one that's complaining about decor. So if we can find you. Let's see. Stress. Okay, then. She has a very high decor expectation. Can we find that on here? External temperature. Body temperature. Alright, okay. Right, decor. So, you have a decor expectation of 15. But the decor right now where you are is 26. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I need it everywhere. It's really bad. Let's go to decor. We did get some new stuff. So we can get a blank canvas. Don't know where that's really going to go. We can get a sculpting block. Do we have any people that are artistic? I don't know. I don't think we do. Where would the sculpting block go? Seems like no matter where I put it, it's going to be in a bit of an odd spot. We could have a blank canvas right here. Increases decor opinion and reduces duplicate stress. Mostly painted by a duplicate. I don't know if it needs to be closer to the ground. But there we are. We're just going to make the canvas out of, you know, cogs, nails, screws, anything really that we can use. In order to make people slightly less stressed out, make them happier. Lindsay should also go in here. I feel like this massage bed is getting a bit sweaty. Does it look a bit damp to everyone else? Slightly worried. Just marginally, just a smidge bit worried. So I reckon these will grow. How we can harvest? Oh, it says harvests. Oh, harvests remaining. So eventually we need to get some more seeds. Oh, look, there we are. Max right there. Artistically just playing Splatoon. Great. With the paint right there. Great. It's good to see. It's just another form of art. You don't get it. I mean, I don't think you understand. Everyone's getting a bit sleepy right there. I don't know if having lights in this area would be a bad idea, but I do like the idea of spreading out the cots. So we can have a few of them right there. We can leave that one here. And we can deconstruct the rest of these so we can get it into a better order. I don't know if spreading them out is the world's best idea. No, don't. Ah, damn. That one was already in a good order. We can probably keep that there for now. Let's see. So we could have a light here and one there. Followed by some decor. Probably this sculpture. I like the idea of that. A sculpture. A canvas can go right here, maybe. That is a beautiful picture. That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Let's put it on the fridge. Look at those outlines. Just perfect. I wonder if it increases their skills to eventually just see the Mona Lisa. I'm really looking forward to Max's new work. He's had some practice. Let's see if is he better in the future. Let's get these power cables set up as well. So we got this sculpture here. Let's see if it looks good. I wonder if this decreases stress. I mean, I wonder if this increases stress. People look at this and just think, this... I don't know how I feel about this. Decor 11. And there's a radius of 6. That's quite nice. There we are. We're looking a bit better in some areas. Oh, Max, once again, going at it with his artistic integrity. That's quite nice. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. It's got a decor radius of 8 with a decor of 22. Oh, Frankie's going to have a go at playing Splatoon. They do actually paint the Mona Lisa. All right, great. Well, that's good. Oh, that's not bad. Means he's hungry. Oh, fuck. All right, okay. Why are we not making food? Insufficient resources. Oh, no. Okay, then. So it doesn't overwrite it. That's bad. All right, we're just going to... Well, that's a good indicator. We know now why they were so stressed out. That's great, though. Look at that. That's cool. So much better. Much happier lot. So where they're sleeping, I feel like it's a good idea to increase their decor. It's probably where they're going to recreationally hang out as well. And do some fun stuff, yo. The water in here is lowered now. So we probably could add a few more from this area down here. But it looks like we're also using it to pump out, which is interesting. I really would like to... We can make better mush bars, I believe, that don't have the down buff of diarrhea, but I do like the idea of just moving on to lice. Ah, there we go. So we can do some harvesting. Let's harvest some of these meals. Just going to make some mush bars. Should be enough to ingest. They're communicating through the paintings. I know, it's creeping me out. What does this one mean? It's abstract as hell. I don't understand it. Looks like we don't need too much compost anymore. I guess we're not producing it because of the outhouse. We're sorting it fairly well. Where's the toilet paper coming from? How are we producing toilet paper? Oh, nice. There's so much to harvest here. It's great. So it looks like it lowers the growing to 50%, which is quite interesting. Oh, apparently it's time to sleep. There we are. Hopefully that will lower some stress. Lindsay, no stress right now. Max, however, probably feeling a little bit self-conscious due to his weird painting right here. Don't understand it. Sounds kind of creepy if you take out of context. It does a bit. The food, though, I feel like Frankie is definitely the artist right now. But anyway, we need to see why Max is so stressed out. Stress. Okay, just decor expectations plus 10. Sleeping minus 20. So I think he's just a bit stressed out generally. So it will eventually lower because he is sleeping. And we do have room for one more duplicate. And we can get one. And I think we will. I feel pretty good taking another duplicate. If we look at our reports right there, we are producing the perfect amount of oxygen. Or roughly there. We're slightly above. So taking one more person on will... You know what? No, we're at such a good amount right now. I think 5 people is a good enough number. What I'm mostly worried about, if anything, is the carbon dioxide. Having a way to... Excuse me, to remove that. Which would be in refinement. But we don't have that right now because I do believe it's a research. It would be... combustion? No. Or maybe we already do have it. Ah, here we go. Yeah, the algae terrarium. Terrarium? Terrarium. Yeah, terrarium. Toilet paper, you mean tell me you don't use the free seashells? Good reference. I don't know how much it recycles. We need to find that out. I'm surprised it's not in refinement. So it must be in oxygen. Excuse me. So it uses up algae, which is not the end of the world, because, well, it's not great either. But it's sort of like a intermediate solution to deal with some of this carbon dioxide problem. And it looks like a lot of it is moving into this area. So having this in the corner here might not be a bad idea. Just to get... Yeah, the pressure is huge in this corner. Wow. Okay. We definitely want to get one of these then, just to get rid of it from here. And I think a lot of it is seeping in from this permeable tile. Which is not that bad, really, because it means it keeps it away from this zone, which is not bad. How are we doing? Water's running low because we keep making this crappy food. I tell you what, we have so much of the lice. If we look at edibles, yeah, we got loads of it. We can make a good number of these lice loaves. I'm surprised power hasn't become a big problem. We should look at our reports. Johnson, reports. Wow, okay. That's today's cycle. What about yesterday's? Yeah, power right now is perfect. We're doing a very good job with power. Research as well. Advanced filtration. Are we not learning? Oh, of course. I didn't do a repeat function. Okay. Open research. Can I do a separate research with this then? Or... I probably can't. So how are we doing here? So this is using... Oh, it's using water. It's emitting a little bit of oxygen, but I mostly want it to consume the carbon dioxide. It's getting rid of 109 grams per second, which is... it's not too much. Actually, no, per second, that is quite a lot. There's a bit of a fluctuation right there. Look at that! Pressure is just going crazy in these areas. Very interesting. I guess just because of how many different gases are interacting with each other at the moment. I want to make more paintings. I want to see what else pops up. Let's look at the decor. Yeah, see, it looks great. Looks like there's a disco show going on as well. I wonder what... I feel like you're just going to get this guy appearing on the top of one of these sculptures. It's going to be beautiful. All right, let's harvest this as well. Keep it all in line. Look at that. That's looking great. Tell you what, we haven't looked at the differences, have we? Meatloaf compacted into a dense, immobile loaf. Great. Sort of makes me a bit queasy. All right, let's make some more of those. A much better food source, though. But it does have the same effectiveness when it comes to sustenance. Oh, it's much quicker as well, though. Look at that. Oh, that's much better. I'm feeling really good about what we have right here, though. This is much better. Although the carbon dioxide is starting to fill up. What we should do is just sort of add some more space around here. Sort of open up these zones a little bit, just to give some more space for the carbon dioxide to move around in. What's your problem, Parrot? What do you want? Can we jump down here? Yeah, we should be able to. We prioritize this. Just sort of like the idea of getting it out of the way with. Looks like Max is still stressed out. Perhaps due to lack of sleep again. We could double check that. And, breath. He's breathing. That's breathing. Great, good job. Interrupted sleep. 10 to cycle. Yeah, stress might be just sort of random things happening every now and then. Oh, he might be ill. I think he's ill. Interrupted. He's grimy. He needs a shower, but he's waiting for Meep to get out. Why is someone always in the shower when I need to use it? Oh, Max is in the shower now. Fantastic. Look at that. It's like a nice little sort of blob just pushing everything away. We should also keep an eye on that algae. Ooh, yeah, looking a bit low. Grab some of it from here. So yeah, accessing this area, I think is a good idea. But we need to filter out this chlorine. I don't really like the idea of it. Oh, there's loads of water over here. Look at that. That's great. We can grab some of that water. Wait a second. I can't remember water being here before. Is it being produced from the steam in some sort of natural way? Temperature. I think it must be. Then again, how hot is it in here? 41°C. Okay. Yeah, there is quite a significant drop in temperature between this area, which seems to be producing water. It's changing its state of matter from gas to liquid. And it seems to be producing a little bit there. That is really cool. So essentially, we have an unlimited supply of water right here if we stick to it. In a natural way as well. This is amazing. Okay, I'm very happy about that. I wonder if it eventually sort of stops being a geyser and eventually just says, no, I'm not going to work for you anymore. You don't pay me enough. Perhaps that will end up being the case. Oh, we need to definitely get you off there. Meep, don't want you to be stuck up there for the rest of your days. How are we doing on food? How many more loaves can we make? We can make a few more of these. Oh, we're not producing them anyway, though. So that's more space for the carbon dioxide, which is slowly taking over. Not ideal, but I do believe we can make ourselves some better carbon dioxide units. So we've got the liquid filters, the pumps, and all that fun stuff. So we can set ourselves up a area over here, which we can use as a sort of a water purification zone. And then we can bring it upwards. And I like the idea of it being down here. What we should do is have a airlock right here. Okay, well, we'll get one set up. Mostly because I'm scared about this chlorine. So I like the idea of it being a separate zone, although I feel like it should be a more prominent airlock, like 2 of them. Hold on a second, let's do that. Let's deconstruct this, make 2 tiles. And then let's also make ourselves the deodorizer. And let's also prioritize this zone. Just a quick airlock. It's not too far apart. Oh, you have a geyser. Yeah. It's great. It doesn't end. It just produces... Well, I know it produces steam. And then the change in temperature, of course, changing the state of matter over. Which is great. But it seems like it's happening fairly naturally over here, which is nice. And it's close to our tanker as well, so we could just get this set up. Of course, it is polluted water at the moment. And I think it's always going to be polluted because it is in the Slimer zone. So we're going to always have to take it into here first before we can get it through the filtration. There we go, got there in the end. The filtration system. So what we'll do is we'll make a ladder probably here, because I don't know if I'm going to expand this at some point, but I feel like I would do that. What is over here? Obsidian. So this is going to be our sort of decontamination area where we can clean up some of that water using the... Is it in the refinement? Yes, the water purifier, which requires sand, a power output, and of course the polluted water. And it will produce the exact same amount of water from that polluted water as well. So it's a 100% conversion. It does produce a little bit of heat, though, which is not great. How much water do we have in here right now? Okay, it seems like it's... Yeah, it's all added by the looks of it. So we got quite a lot. And I feel like we just need sort of one of them right now. Of course, the ladder does get in the way here, actually. So you know what? I'm going to change that. So cancel this. And let's change the ladder so it is not in the way. We can move the ladder in the future anyway. It's just a ladder. It's just a little ladder. Who cares? Poor little ladder. Do we need to have this entire bit open? I feel like it's just a good idea to have a lot of big open spaces. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it feels like it is. The water produced will be very hot, so keep that in mind if you pump it into your base. That's a good point. There is a research, I believe, the installation right there. So transports liquids with minimal change in temperature. And also an insulated tile as well. So that's something else we need to think about. If we look at the temperatures right here. Oh yeah, that's pretty hot. That's 57C right there in comparison to our other water sources. This bottom right here, 18C. The main one, 22.1C. We put them together. I feel like it's going to produce some steam instantly. Because of that sudden change in temperature. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yep, lots of carbon dioxide in there. And also, Bubbles seems to have just fallen asleep inside the carbon dioxide, which is just amazing. Now, of course, the main problem we have here is that we're not pumping much oxygen through here at the moment. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure these are open for now. Because we're not really in a position of sort of lack of safety at the moment, because we're not going to get into that chlorine just yet. It's just a safety precaution, so if something does happen, we can sort of, well, act accordingly. Another tip, instead of insulated pipes, just use abyssal pipes, okay. Abyssal pipes, which I do believe we have some over here. Yes. Yeah, right here, okay. Abyssal pipes, or it's not abyssal. Abyssalite pipes. I don't know if that's... where do I get those from? Pipes, and then... So I imagine it will appear in here, which will have sort of a different... Okay, then. They do have... This one has better decor, but these other ones seem to have a much better overheat temperature. Interesting. I never really considered that. Huh. Thank you very much. That's a good tip. What about here? Same thing? Yeah. Sweet. Okay, then. Alright, then, yeah. So we should continue to dig down here. And we are going to get closer to the sort of Bissolite zone. What is that? Very firm. Ooh, I don't know if that means it's going to take longer to dig through. We could use some of this bleach as well. That's getting close to some more chlorine. We'll think about it. At the moment, Bubbles right there is... You're holding your breath. What's wrong with you? You seem to have some sort of down buff. Vomiter. Okay. You might want to put your food chest in a cold area. That is a good point. It's temperate. We do have a cold area down here. But this is sort of becoming our maintenance zone. What about up here? What if we surround it by water? Well, I don't know if that's a good idea. When we've got the rotation box right here. We could have it a bit further away. So we sort of have our maintenance section, which is where most of our heat's going to be produced. Oh, nice. Let's harvest all this. There we go, harvest. Yeah, grab some of that. Get your leaf blowers out. Harvest those weird lice. Ooh. Come on, big one, right? Oh, they're all chilling out. Cool. So now we can produce a bunch more of these lice loaves. Probably should have a better food source at some point. Yeah, different materials of blocks have different thermal conductivities. Fantastic. Make another painting. Is that a good idea? Like, I just kind of, I'm really curious to see what decor. Crude painting, 11. Storage compactors, minus 44. You know what? I feel like the storage area could probably be moved to somewhere a little less horrible. Just mostly curious where. Somewhere that's easy to access everywhere, but isn't also a walk point. Everyone passes this area, so I imagine they're all getting a sort of decor downgrade. Meep as well. What is your stress? What is your profession? Sleeping, decor, expectate. Okay. 16.7, you have a decor expectation of 15. You seem to be alright. I will put you on the massage table, though. Don't you hurrah me, parrot. Oh, algae. Algae. Ah, there we go. It's right there. Yeah, we need to really get that next bit of research done. So let's get the electrolyzer set up. This is also going to lead up to another form of energy generation. Or power generation. There's also mine in here, because this is where we're going to have the electrolyzers. It's going to pump water from here into the electrolyzer. It's going to pump up. All the hydrogen's going to be in a storage container in this particular area. Hopefully the pressure, we're going to try and make it insulated, so it can only come out from this zone. It's going to be locked up from a manual airlock. Any of the oxygen will get filtered out and pumped out into a few vents that we're probably going to have around site. I think also a good idea is to have all vents just sort of stick out the top so that we can actually place these liquid pipe bridges. Unless they changed it so you can put them into tiles as well. But I think they still act as a... Okay, no, you can put them in here now. That's great. It used to be the case that it would be sort of limited as if it were another object. Seems like you can put them into these tiles now, though, which is great. Is there a good way to get rid of chlorine? It's just sort of an extremely toxic chemical in a gaseous state. I mean, breathing in that chlorine's gonna kill him. It's probably gonna kill him. We can continue to get this set up as well. So I feel like that's a good spot to get the tiles set up. Maybe a bit bigger, it depends. We're gonna get into this sort of granite, and I'm quite curious to see what exactly we're gonna get from it. Well, we're gonna get granite. So that's, or granite. Quite obvious, I know. How's this carbon? You know what? Wow. This is great. We've gotten rid of a lot of it with this. Well, it is using up a lot of algae. We have to remember. Very important to remember. Take some more water. More fluctuations in pressure. I really do like the effects. Before I never really understood it, but now it's just like really mesmerizing. There's a face there. It's like a mouth and two eyes. Probably just seeing things. It might be inhaling too much carbon dioxide. What do you want? What? You want to give me that banana thing? No? No, you're not supposed to get your food, bring it over here, and then eat it on my shoulder. You're just getting crumbs everywhere. This is bad. Get over it. Right, he's moving over. No, don't eat over there. Get here. There we are. Anyway. Right, let's also get the sort of... I mean, this could just sort of tile up from here, couldn't it? And then this could be a walkway. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. What we should do is get this top bit constructed. And we might want to prioritize this. And we'll go for the dig, and we'll dig through here as well. That's a good point. We haven't looked at the... Oh, max is extremely... No, wait, what? Oh, no, fullness. Completely mislooked at that. Tell you what, though. Everyone's on a fairly low stress level. That's really good. Oxygen production looks pretty good. If we look at the reports right there for the last day. Yep, we're producing a good number of... Actually, we're increasing the oxygen production because of this terrarium right here. Terrarium. You really should save a patch of algae. Don't know how to spell it. In the long run, you have a... If you lose an oxygen, you can mine that and not go in all the trouble. That's a good point. We do have a hell of a lot of it around here, though. So I feel like that's a good idea. We should stockpile it. Well, Not, well, leave it there so that we can mine it in the future, because otherwise the duplicates will end up using it. Well, unless we don't have anything that will use it. Well, we'll see. But I have found in my previous playthrough, it ends up being sort of quite a necessity, which does remind me. I need to upload that video. 1 second. Not upload, but make it public. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to schedule videos at the moment. So we'll just throw that there. There we are. So you go. More oxygen not included on the channel now. Harvest this as well. I think this is really far behind. In fact, don't harvest. I kind of like the idea of it all being at the same time. Having this odd one out really annoys the hell out of me. Just, I know it's a minor issue. It doesn't really matter. Oh, we have so much meal lice. Look at edibles. That's good. That is really good. Still need to get that refrigerator, though. Oh, what's that? Chlorine? Oh, shit. Well, we found some chlorine, which seems to produce. So we will block this off for now. Or really, no, what we should do is keep that open and have this be auto. That way we can still get the deodorizer to... I don't know if it gets rid of it. I'm assuming it does. Let's get rid of this. There we are. And now we can get ourselves the... Oh, wait. We also need to dig in here. It's going to be an odd one. I feel like we just sort of quickly go all out and block this off. Don't know how well that's going to work out for us. If we're quick enough, we might be able to do it. It's a very big area to mine out as well. Excuse me. I wonder why these have prioritizations. Excuse me. Must be a good reason for it. Alright, there we are. So we've got this zone right here, which is unfortunately at the moment in a bit of an awkward position because of the chlorine in there. I mean, we could just pump it out. Get a gas pump, just get it all out of there, move it somewhere else. Could do the same thing here. I don't know if the chlorine ends up being a cool resource in the future, though. It may do. It may very well be something that we can use. Connecting up that pump as well would be quite nice. Power will probably eventually become a problem. But like I said, we are going to get the hydrogen generator set up. Oh, nice. We got that filled in. So we just sort of try and do it a bit at a time. Unfortunately, this part will be ignored. We can do it later. Oh! No. Don't dig that one out. That would be very bad. I don't know how heavy chlorine is, actually. Is it much heavier than... Is there details for the chlorine? Mass, 27 grams. I think that's just for that bit, though. Yeah, that's just the pressure in that area. An extremely toxic chemical, properties, flammable, toxic gas, unbreathable. Condensation point 34.6. Minus 34.6. That's a good point. I didn't know that. Innkeeper, the geyser of reservoir is coming along good. Fantastic. Mine is sort of just chilling out right now. The hell's this? Got some red dots appearing. It's got a nice little waterfall right here. It's like a massive, just natural tank. This is beautiful. There we are. So we just sort of get a bit done at a time. I think there is still chlorine in here. We're going to open this up, actually. Oh, no, don't deconstruct. Just open. There we are. Just get some of that oxygen in there. And how are we doing everywhere else? We seem to be fine. The carbon dioxide is filling up slightly, though, which is a bit bad. In here now, we will open this up. How's stress doing? 20%. Pretty good. Lindsay could probably go in here, though, just to deal with some mild... Ooh. Algae is a problem again. Right. We can quickly mine some up. We've got some over here. So we can grab from there. We can also grab from here. We will probably have to disable this for the time being, because I imagine it's using up some algae, and I don't like that. We need to get this done fairly quickly. Because we are slowly Well, we're going to start having problems when it comes to oxygen production. If we look at the reports for today, yep, it's really low down. And we can use this little reserve that we have right here. And I think we'll probably end up using that as a storage area, maybe. Well, it depends. Be careful. If you have more geysers in the same area, the flames will drop into insanely low numbers. Okay, then. The frames will drop into insanely low numbers. Okay, I didn't know that. We got one right now. Oh, we've also got one of these hatches. I wonder what happened to our other one. Did he drown? What a grim end. Okay, that's good. We can make a few more of these just so that I can remember. And we are producing more here. So mining this bit up is going to be an odd one. In fact, what I might do here instead, deconstruct. Let's just produce a tile there. Oh, power's a bit low. Unfortunately, I think we did spend more of our time trying to collect some algae than we did anything else. Let's also do this. I think that increases its priority. It does, nice. So it does override. And also we'll cancel this for now. We can't reach those ones. Might be able to reach that one. Right, we're making our way down there. Although we're mostly using up the water here to make some of those loafs, I think. Yeah, unfortunately, these still require water, which is my main issue. It requires less, though, which is the good bit. You should, your choice, learn to make a generator, make room for it so energy will not be a problem. Do you mean a coal generator? No, I do. Yeah, someone, I think, Monkey Fudge to the Deaf did mention a hatch farm, which can give us a good amount of coal so that we can power a generator. I do believe the downside, of course, is that it will produce a hell of a lot of carbon dioxide just because of the nature of coal generation. Might even produce a little bit of carbon monoxide. Just a little bit, depends how much oxygen is lingering, but I don't know if the game has that as a property. We also still are trying to get the electrolyzer. Unfortunately, we're a bit low on research. It's not something that we're working on too much right now. Alright, so we can mine up these. Mine up that as well. And let's also get the... Well, no, we got oxygen back now, which is good. And we have a little bit of algae. But it's not an insane amount. Mostly just sort of worried about that electrolyzer. So I really want to get that done now. We go to jobs. 2 of you are good on research. So tell you what. I'm going to stop you from doing everything and just do research. Bubbles as well. I'm going to stop you from doing anything and just do some quick research. Just very quick. Seems like you're leveling up right there. Fantastic. Looks like you just completed a quest. I do wish to have that hydrogen, though. Well, let's get this tiled as well. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's more of a decorative thing at the moment. We are ever so slowly turning this into a neat place to actually call our own. Chlorine's still chilling out in there. Just don't want it to sort of release into the atmosphere at the moment. Feel like that's, you know, a good thing to worry about. Oh, they're all ready to go. Unfortunately, it looks like this one died. I think maybe I took too long to grab it. That's a shame. Makes sense, though. Alright, so we'll prioritize the harvesting of these plants so that we can make ourselves better foods that won't give us diarrhea. Ah, there we go. And unfortunately, it looks like we have sort of... Oh, no. I think we're... Are we replacing them? I don't know how much of these we have left. But it seems like we're replacing all of them, so it might be alright. I guess we might be able to find out. We can have a look on here even. Edibles? Would it be in edibles? No, it'd be in seeds. And we have 17. Okay, that's not bad. I don't know if we're getting seeds, or there's a chance to get a seed from these. I paused. I didn't notice. Oh, what time is it right now? Oh, wow, okay. Been live streaming for quite some time now, so we'll probably finish up in 10 minutes. I need to get ready for work tomorrow. And then have a beautiful slumber. The slumber of kings, as it were. Let's mine this up. How are we doing right now? We're sort of doing everything. Power's okay. We could even lower the priority on one of them to 5. And also, how's decor? Is it still okay? Yep, it's alright. Everyone seems to be happy enough. Max always is stressing out, though. He seems to be the stressor of the group. I need to really find out why he's always stressed out. Oh, right, okay. He's got a bunch of things, including hungry. Yeah, okay. That's probably why he's stressed out a lot. He's not really paying much attention to his needs. Probably because we have them focused on research. Oh, no, we don't. Okay. I don't know, then. Tell you what, how are we doing here? Nearly done. That's great to see. Nearly done on the advanced research, which is the slowest form of research. Bubbles doing a really good job there. What are your stats now, Bubbles? Oh, I can't select her. She seems to be... Oh, right, she's here. Okay. The game recognizes her as being sort of in the center. It even shows her name there. I guess that just becomes part of the graphic. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, stats. You have got a learning of 4, which I do believe is 2 more than what your previous stat was when you first started here. So, Bubbles, good job. This polluted water's starting to build up. Get another tile put in here. Chlorine's just chilling out in there. And let's also get the water purifier placed down. There we go. I think we only need one of them at the moment. And we can have that pump set up if we go to plumbing. So it should be that we can do that. Although that's awkward. Hold on a second. Can I rotate that? And, oh. Unfortunately, I can't. Okay. It's not the end of the world. But it just makes things a bit awkward. Well, does it? No, because we can just have it go straight up anyway. I suppose we can do that. Yeah, and then we add any others, we can just fit them in and then have it go to a super pipe. Not bad, okay? What we want to do here, though, is probably have that... Oh, no, because it will come down from here, so we'll be fine. Yeah, it'll come down from here and then hook up like that. There we go. And although, really, we don't want it to do that. We want it to go back up to here. There we are. And we will just remove that. Gas pipe? No, liquid pipes. I think so. We'll keep them all on 5 right now. It's not the end of the world. We do have a lot of polluted water in here, so I would like to eventually get rid of that. If the day will ever come. Power also needs to be connected up. And we can have it come... Ooh, no, that's a bit awkward. We'll just do that for now. I feel like if I make it go further down, they're going to go into the polluted water to put these power cables down. We're just going to let them do what they want to do at the moment. I feel like everything is sort of a slight priority. We're doing everything a bit at a time. Although getting this done as well would be quite nice. This area is taking a long time to construct just because we're trying to work around all this chlorine. But we're getting some copper out of it, which is quite nice. Although the storage area really needs an expansion. Okay, we can hopefully get this constructed soon. Yep, very quick. If they forget about it halfway through, that's when we have a problem. There we are. And now we could just get that last one done. That would be great. And let's just quick... Yep, research is nearly done now. Fantastic. In fact, we need to also very quickly make sure that Bubbles is going to do something with her life. Otherwise, she's just going to be sitting around, not doing much. We have a hell of a lot of food, so I'm very happy about that. 135 meal lice, although I'd rather make some more of those lice loaves. So they're probably much better than those lice individually. Oh, you linked the outlet into the inlets on the Purify. Did I? My apologies. Oh, of course. I'm an idiot. Thank you very much for that. This is why live streaming is so good. Because you just immediately stop me from doing this stupid stuff. Right, there we go. Wait. Okay, wait, stop. I think I confused myself a bit. Let me just have another quick look. Yeah, okay, this is so... I need to bring it into here. Yeah, no, other way around. I think I'm confusing myself here. Inlet, inlet, inlet. Yeah, green inlet. Remember that. Green is inlet. Right. Whew, that was very quick. Let's cancel that. And let's keep that there. But let us do that instead. There we are. And now we can cancel this and deconstruct this. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Unless I screwed up again. But now I'm now I'm second guessing myself. So we want to disconnect this as well. We don't want that there. Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad I second guessed myself again there. Fantastic. Let's see. Insufficient oxygen generation, probably because the algae is run low again. We can still grab some from over here. We're okay to do that. In fact, I'd rather make a sort of point to hang on. So if we leave those, that way we can climb up and sort of get the rest of this algae that's up here. And we'll prioritize that. You know, we just need to quickly get this set up so that we can feed our oxygen requirements. This tank is really not running out of water. It's great. Oxygen. Ah, here we go. So we got the air scrubber. So it filters carbon dioxide and removes it from the air. Absolutely what we want. Definitely want one of these sort of down here in this corner. Probably in the corner. Although how much... That one has a decor bonus. We have iron ore. Interesting. So let's see. It requires water, unfortunately, which is a downside. And it will filter out 300 grams a second of carbon dioxide. 120 watts of power. And it requires a liquid intake and a liquid output pipe. And it will create polluted water. It will make... Oh, okay, then fine. So that's okay. It will make exactly the same amount of polluted water, which means we're not going to have any spoilage. That's fantastic. I don't mind putting this down because I feel like carbon dioxide is going to become a bit of a problem if we don't have at least one of the scrubbers in here. Preferably at the bottom, though, right? No, a lot of it seems to be moving up here. I'm sort of curious why, to be honest. I kind of like it here, though. We can... Or we can make a tile going along here and then put it in the middle where sort of a lot of the pressure is. Most of the pressure's over here, though. That's the thing. But it will eventually move down. That's something we have to think about. So, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. Let's get the tiles set up, have it all go along there, covering up those pipes. We are probably going to mine a little bit. Well, no, I feel like we're not going to use that bottom bit anyway, so we're fine with that. And we also need to get the pipes down here done, so we can actually get the filtering set up. Lots of prioritization going on, although I have to remember that's... Yeah, don't want to prioritize those. We do want to prioritize the pipe, though. There we are. And research, we're okay with right now. I don't think we should be wasting too much time on research at the moment. How is temperature doing, actually? Okay, it's getting hot. Hot around these areas. But temperate everywhere else. A little bit chilly, in fact, underneath here. It is nighttime. And I think we should get one more painting. I think we should see one more painting before we finish off today. I'm going to put it right here. I think it's just because the storage area probably could do with some nice paintings. Oh, and tell you what. See if we can get this purifier finished off. Right, there we are. The pump did start for a second there. We haven't finished pumping it yet. Or piping, even. Right, there we are. Oh, how hot is this? Okay, we're fine. Right, there we are. Now we just need to get power hooked up. Which, kind of know what I didn't do already, but that's fine. We can do that. Now, hopefully that pump's not going to be on all the time, because we do need to quickly have another form of power. In fact, if anything, we might want to stress this at 25 right now. We could always have another one of the manual generators set up. Do we need more? You know, it might not be the case. It might be that we just need to have another battery set up. And we're going to have to deconstruct the cable that's here. Now, do we? Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. I think we're fine with that. What are you doing, Frankie? Well, what do you not like doing? Probably because I need to actually have you tell you to do something other than nothing. That'd be great. You know, research isn't something we're paying much attention to at the moment, or any attention to. Well, let's also prioritize these cables. We also need to finish off these ones over here. Unfortunately, we can't reach that bottom bit right there. Probably because we need to have a tile just a bit closer. The water's over here. We should be able to reach that if we make some ladders going up. Right, there we are. We powered up the purifier. What else does it need, by the way? I did forget to look at that. It just needs the... Uses sand. There we go. So it uses sand to purify polluted water. I don't know if the sand just disappears forever. I assume it does. And if it does, then... We got plenty of it lingering around, but it's not like it's completely abundant. Oh, how many more of those lice bars do we have? Lice loaves, even. We have plenty of them. Max right there, getting ready to make his painting. He's really looking forward to just having a nice little contrast between his skill set. Even though he hasn't had any training yet to increase his skills. I'm sure he's probably got a little book. He's got it under his bed. He knows what he's doing. Here we are. There we are. Splatoon time. God, that paint gun is really need to clean that. I feel like it's going to have a bit of a blockage at some point. Do you need to get rid of this? Oh, okay, that's a good point. Before we forget, let us get the oxygen air scrubber. Put it on the edge right there. And let's also go to plumbing. Oh, this is ideal. We could just immediately pump it in there. Don't see the problem with that. And then we could pump it back in. Probably not the best idea in the world. I feel like we should be pumping that into this area. That's the wrong way. Oh. There we are. Gotta remember, green is in. There we are. So we can get that set up as well. Although these should be 5s. Alright, so how are we doing? So now we are going to be able to purify this. Or purify the water once we get this bit constructed. We should probably just remove these for now. And just make a way to get up there. So that we can construct the last little bit of piping that we need. Oh, wow, and also this bit. Which also needs to be prioritized, as well as these ladders. How's stress doing? Looks like Max needs to de-stress. Didn't see the photo they made. Okay, then. That's much better. Getting a bit of a don't starve feel from that picture. Who is that? Is that his mother? You have a mother? I thought this was your mother. Oh, wow, your mother looks completely different to how I expected. Maybe just let them dream. Maybe it is a dream. Who around here looks like that? I have no idea. Maybe it's Islay. That's a good point. Could be Islay. All those pipes. It's SS13 all over again. Could be worse. Could be Factorio. Not saying that game's a bad game. I say that game's an amazing game. But could have a hell of a lot more pipes. So. Okay, so now we get to hook this up with power. Which is very close. Power's not great at the moment. We seem to... Wait, do these produce? Or is that just how much is being taken out of them at a time? I assume that's just what's happening there. I mean, thankfully, I don't think this is on all the time. Well, actually, no. It's because it's not fully sorted out yet. That's why. Can you deconstruct these, please? So you can get these pipes constructed. And we still need to go over here to get these ones sorted out. I don't think they want to sort that out just yet. Got loads of food inside the ration box. I wonder how much that's improved decor. Really good around here. Alright, so those pipes are done now, so we can block this off. And now we just need to finish off these last little bits of pipe. So if we could do that, let's just double check to see if we can move Bubbles down or someone down here. Bubbles, damn it! Okay. Someone needs to not be doing anything. Max is chilling out. Oh, there we go. Bubbles. Get here. Okay, so you can go down there. There we go. I just need to move you. So you should have the resources to make all these ladders. For some reason, you chose to make that one first. Interesting. Now you're slowly making your way up. Just a little bit of, you know, oxygen deprived. She'll be alright. Deprived, apparently. She's oxygen deprived. It's an issue that she's been trying to deal with for her entire existence. If you could move, that'd be great. Can you not move? Okay, no. You just had a bit of trouble up there for some reason. How's the S? Is the S scrubber working? I can't tell. Oh, empty pipe. Oh. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Well, for this area it does anyway. Probably want to get those connected. You know, not being able to use our toilets would be really bad. Oh, it's because this isn't enabled. Well, let's quickly enable that. I mean, it means we're going to throw all of our water in here. We could just disconnect this for a second. There we go. So we got to enable the building. Oh, of course, we can't make it down there, can we? We need to have a ladder going down. Let's make a priority now. Does ladders have increased? Yeah, all of them just have sort of a temperature. Let's see. Food has decayed. That's really bad. Make some more lice loafs. The game's dragging me in. There's so many things to do. That's why it's so good. Alright, there we are. I could probably get some of that algae down there as well. The pump's going. And now the air scrubber is also working. So it means we don't necessarily have to pump the water up here anymore, because we could just use what we have right now to get rid of some of this carbon dioxide with the air scrubber, with the water that we were previously going to transfer. That's going to go directly into the polluted water bin, which is going to go eventually back in there. Once we get this bit constructed, they seem to be ignoring these pipes. I'm really curious why, because they should be able to construct that, unless it's an issue with water. Of which case, I tell you what, we'll cancel them for now. And we will make it somewhere else. We will first find the correct utility. There we are. And we will... It's difficult to make it anywhere else. Very difficult. We need to... First delete these. Which I think are right there. Need to change it where it will go into the particular mode of whatever option you're on the deconstruct menu. That'd be very useful. So you're going to go down here and delete them, which is interesting. But now we can just get this. The direction's fine. Maybe then they will do it. And then I guess we'll just hook it up to this and have it vent out. And we can just sort of deconstruct. We can deconstruct one of the pipes. Probably... Yeah, just this one for now. Ooh. Not a pipe there, apparently. Deconstruct liquid pipe. There we are. Oh, there we go. They'll create the ones at the bottom. That's fine. There's a limited distance you replicant will travel in water, so you make it along the wall if you added okay, stair blocks with 1 block gap. Jump across. Oh no, yeah, I have been doing that as well. I sort of keep these ladders here for the model, just to make it look a bit nicer. But I do usually use that sort of trick when trying to sort of mine areas out. So I'm hoping it's all connected. Not pumping. Something's obviously not going right. Okay. Something's not connected here, I'm assuming. Oh, yep, that last bit. Maybe that's another it's too far away kind of deal. We could just move you. I have to wait until they eat. Seems like you're not going to go any further than that. Really frustrating. Right, we could make a tile here. That should be able to give them reach. Damn parrot, what are you doing now? I'm hoping that will give them the ability to grab that. Oh, I feel like... Yep, she's going for it. Nope, she's not. Nope, she's just going for a shower. I mean, fair enough. You know, personal hygiene, very important. I'm going to move you up here. Can you not grab it? No? Good. Deconstruct these tiles. Now can you do it? Then we can make a tile here. There we go. Ooh, that was more work than it should have been. You two are stinky, aren't you? Is it a bed beyond reach? Interesting. It's right there. Do we not have enough beds? Is this one too far away? Let's deconstruct this. Oh, no, of course, because this is blocking your view. Alright, there we are. Nice. So now we are finally filtering this water, purifying it, and sending it back into our tank. And it's all just coming out there, which is fantastic. As for carbon dioxide, that is great. Look at that. Not a problem at the moment. Everywhere has high concentration of oxygen, an insanely high amount. But we are running slowly. Well, we're running much low on algae. In fact, we have none left now. Some more mining around here will be required. But I think we're done for today, ladies and gentlemen. If I come back to this, we should get the other electrolyzers set up. Have that hook up to our water system. I don't know if this has a... No, it just seems to use up 100 grams a second. And that's a shame. Yeah, just straight up uses 100 grams a second, and it doesn't seem to have any waste. It's not the end of the world, because of course we have this water system right here that we can use with our geyser. So we just need to have something set up around about here to transfer the water over, probably cool it down, and then throw it into our main water tank at the same temperature. I'm looking forward to that. That should be really fun. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching me stream today. It's another odd stream. Of course, if you didn't see the entire thing, you can watch the VoD, which will be up tomorrow. You can also watch it early on the Twitch, viewer. But I'm not going to lie, its player is a bit bad. It requires a little bit more bandwidth for some reason. The videos tend to be slightly lower quality as well. But that's just sort of my opinion. I don't know if that's just a browser issue or something like that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks to those that followed today. And I look forward to seeing you next time for some more random live streaming things. Let's just save before we forget to save. Cycle 31. That's not bad. Goodbye. Merv's quiet right now. Yeah, the electrolyzer creates hydrogen, so we're going to make a hydrogen generator, which is going to be a new form of power. But anyway, yeah. Goodbye. Another quick word there.